What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another watch along presentation courtesy of the Simply Reliable Studios. I am your play by play commentator for the evening, the renegade of wrestling, JJ Williams, joined by the Heeb man, James Hebert, for color commentary tonight. And this is a little bit of a switch up, James. Usually you're a play by play guy and I'm a color guy, but considering how late the event is on your coast and having to worry about noise complaints and whatnot, doing a little bit of a flippity floppity here, and you're in the color seat tonight, and I'm going to do my best to hold my own here and do play by play, and hopefully I do a good job. Hello again, Charles. Good to see you one more time here tonight.
Indubitably.
Charles was there for the GCW WWE ID tournament watch along. I'm not sure if he showed up in your stream.
He did. He was. I think he was watching both of us at once at one point.
Hey, that's what we like to see, man. Multitask, 2 screens, get it. You know, definitely helps us.
Just like me, I have 2 screens. 1 screen here, 1 screen here.
There you go. I've got my television directly in front of me.
Yes.
27 minutes, 45 seconds, according to the countdown on the Triller TV app for Dragon Gate USA presents The Rebirth. Let's go ahead and let's get into a little bit of this card, James, kind of preview things, fair, just making it known right out the gate, because this is The Rebirth. We have no idea if there's any storylines, if there's been any promos or anything done to kind of set these matches up, or have any stories going in. So we're really kind of blind shooting here on this show. Some people we're familiar with, some people we're not familiar with. So we just want to get that disclaimer out on the table right out the jump. So if we botch somebody's name or we don't know a signature move or whatever of theirs, you kind of understand why.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got Rhys Maddox versus Ho Lun.
So there's only 5 people that I know on this entire show. Ho Lun is one of them, because if y'all remember the Cruiserweight Classic WWE hosted back in 2016, then you will remember Ho Lun was in that tournament.
Fair enough. And Rhys Maddox, I saw just this past weekend when I watched Reality of Wrestling Pay Up, which had a glorious interaction between La Princesa Tiffany Nieves and Queen Charmel. So I have seen him in action once. Still don't know a whole lot about him, as that was the first and only time I've seen him. I'm unfamiliar with Ho Lun. So this should be a fun exhibition here. We've got Marcus Mathers, who is a WWE ID prospect, competes on Evolve every Wednesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Tubi. We actually just called him in the GCW Presents WWE ID Championship Tournament. Mm-hmm. As I was telling you before we came on the air, they said on commentary there that he's booked for something like 12 shows during this week for WrestleMania. So definitely a hustler, definitely a grinder. And then KZY or Kizzy, I don't know how he says his name, I saw at the Prestige Roseland show this past weekend, just ahead of the Saturday shenanigans. I had that on, kind of watching things. There was I believe it was their 11th anniversary show.
Yeah.
X-Pac was on the show, and Kizzy, KZY, was on the show wrestling. So slightly familiar with both of them.
Yeah.
Not super familiar, but, enough that I can kind of get through stuff here.
That is true.
Those are the only one-on-one matches that we have on the show for the evening. 6 matches total, but what are you looking for out of these two? We'll just call them exhibition matches because there's no titles. It's not a WWE ID official match because KZY isn't a part of the WWE ID program. What are you looking out of these two matches?
Honestly, I'm just looking for a good match. Honestly, they looked promising, and you know a lot about them. I know Ho Lun's actually pretty damn good cruiserweight worker. And again, that's all I know. But you know a lot of these guys, and I assume that if they impressed you, then we're in for a treat. So I'm looking to be impressed. I guess I'm going to be Simon Cowell to your Howie Mandel here, as far as this goes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, especially when it comes to Japanese wrestling, like I feel like you've got a slight advantage to me.
A little bit.
But you know, it's Dragon Gate USA, so it's like the American version of the Japanese promotion, kind of like the New Japan Strong, the New Japan World stuff that happens over here, as opposed to New Japan proper.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
looking forward to it.
We have a women's tag match: Natsuko, Tora, and Konami versus Asumi and the Starlight Kid.
I do remember Asumi. That's actually make that 6 names now, because I actually know Asumi. We saw her on a Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor show, I think, last year.
There you go. And I've seen Asumi a couple of times here. You know, I know she's been on, I think she was on the Prestige show that I just watched. You know, considering that I believe she works with Stardom, I'm pretty sure she's done stuff with AEW as well. So somewhat familiar with her. And then, as I pointed out in the green room, Konami is going to be at the Bloodsport matches tomorrow. So you get a little bit of an introduction to her. I believe she's fighting Shayna Baszler.
Yes.
So, like, if you're going to go against Shayna Baszler, you need to be a bad bitch. So I kind of want to see that come out of her.
No doubt. No doubt. I'm looking forward to that, just knowing that's coming up. So I get to have a nice preview. And actually, now that I think about it, I did also see Starlight Kid. So I saw Starlight Kid. I saw Asumi. I don't know the other two. So there's 2. I know 7 people on this card. I stand corrected.
There you go. Fair enough. We have a 3-way tag team matches. Cole Radrick and Alec Price take on Ben K and Hio. And Willie Mack and Rich Swann. Rich Swann and Willie Mack, both very well known, I think, to the majority of our fans.
Yes.
Willie Mack, a former X Division champion. Rich Swann, also in TNA Impact Wrestling.
Yeah,
I believe he was a former Impact World Champion.
Yes, he was. He actually won he unified the TNA World Championship and the Impact World Championship when he beat Moose for the TNA World title. And then he lost both to Kenny Omega like literally 2 months after, I think.
There you go. So I'm looking for big things from them. Of course, Willie Mack, anybody that's following the channel know how far I go back with Willie Mack.
Yes.
So just to be able to sit here and call a match that he's in, that kind of gives me the warm and fuzzies. And, you know, it's kind of what WrestleMania is all about, is those WrestleMania moments. So getting to call a Willie Mack match, you know, that's kind of cool for me. Not going to lie.
True that.
And then we've got 2 6-man tags. One features Shun Skywalker, Kota Minoura, and Ishin versus Yamato, Dragon Kid, and Susumu Yokosuka.
So I know Dragon Kid, and that's it. But there we go.
Same for me here. I've actually met Dragon Kid as Dragon Gate came to PWG a few times, specifically for Bola one year. I want to say it was Bola 07. And I got to meet a bunch of the Dragon Gate guys. I met him. I met Sema. I met Shingo. So it's kind of funny that Dragon Kid is still going because definitely, some almost 20 years later, no longer a kid.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, Dragon Man, he's a Dragon Man now.
Right? It's
So,
like seeing New Kids on the Block tour today. It's like, MFers, y'all been going for like 35 years. How are y'all new?
see, the problem is we got Starlight Kid and Dragon Kid. At this point, shouldn't it be called Dragon Man and Starlight Woman?
Well, see, Starlight Kid at least appears to still be young.
We don't know.
Dragon Kid, like I said, almost 20 years later, it's like Rey Mysterio these days. It's like, bro.
Yeah,
and then the last 6-man match, which I'm assuming is going to be the main event based off of the first name that I'm going to say here as far as competitors go. But you got Ultimo Dragon, the legendary Ultimo Dragon.
Yes.
Teaming up with La Estrella and El Cucuy, taking on Evan Rivers, Judas Icarus, and Travis Williams. Of course, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, known as Sinner and Saint or the Northern Armory.
Yes, that is true. I forgot about them too. Okay, so that brings my total up to 9.
So you almost got double digits of people bro. Woohoo!
Yeah, I did it! So, there you go. It's not too bad. Did all right. Yeah, damn it. Yeah, I try. I thought I only knew a few people, and then I realized, oh, wait, I actually know more than I thought. So, yeah. Good to see Willie Mack.
Yeah.
And good to see, I'm glad to see Ho Lun. I don't know how well he'll do, but last I remember, he was he was in the Cruiserweight Classic.
And that was almost 10 years ago, you said. So it's like, what's he been doing since then?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see him. He actually, I think the only match he won in that whole tournament was against Jason Lee, who was another Chinese wrestler. So yeah, they went all aboard. That would be a great retro watch along us to cover the entire Cruiserweight Classic one year.
There you go. Might be something we have to look into.
Amen. It'll be cool. But yeah, oh my goodness. We got a whole schedule too, is now that we ran down the card, if you want to run down that quick while we're killing for time.
That's not a bad idea. Let me go ahead and load that graphic in here so that I don't have to change rooms or anything.
Yes, that would be awesome, Charles. 100%. Yeah, honestly, that was one of WWE's, I think that might be top 5 WWE tournaments of all time, honestly.
There you go.
It was a really good tournament.
So here's everything else we've got going on this weekend.
I'll take down this while we cover it.
We'll be back tomorrow with Prestige Wrestling. And some of these times are mislabeled because scheduling issues.
Yeah.
We'll just say it like that. But
yeah.
Prestige Wrestling, Nothing to Lose. That is going to be at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern kickoff time. And once again, I'm listing these this way with Pacific time first because all these shows are happening on the West Coast. So anybody that is actually here on the West Coast or in town for Vegas that may not know these shows are going on, I'm giving you the time they're actually going to be starting first, and then I'm giving the Eastern time.
Yes.
So Prestige Wrestling, like I said, the show is actually 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern, but our coverage begins 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. We always come on a half hour early to kind of give you the pre-show. TNA Unbreakable, that is at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, so 6:30 Pacific jump off, 9:30 Eastern jump off. I do believe we're doing the countdown to Unbreakable. So actually the Impact lead up to that. So that actually makes it a 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern start time on that one.
Yep.
GCW presents Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 13, a show that I know James, Walter, and Ash are very much looking forward to. That is also at 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern. So 7:30 p.m. Pacific start time, 10:30 Eastern start time. Then we go into Friday. Friday has Potter Mania. That is at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So a 10:30 start time, 1:30 start time, respectively. That is going to be an all women's wrestling show, as is Stardom, American Dream in Neon City. That begins at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, so 11:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. start time, respectively. You've got SmackDown, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, so again, 4:30 and 7:30 start times, respectively. Joey Janela's Spring Break, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, so a 6:30, 9:30 kickoff time, respectively. You've got the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern on Saturday morning. So 9:30, 12:30 a.m. jump off times for those, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to Saturday.
I'm surprised they're doing it later this year. It's actually
They're doing it later because of the chaos and the traffic of the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
It is the Las Vegas Strip on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it takes 2 hours just to go a block and a half sometimes on the Las Vegas Strip on a Saturday night. So,
Yeah,
and especially when you got a big sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to give people plenty of time to get from the T-Mobile Arena to the Fontainebleau Hotel where the Hall of Fame is going to be.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then we go to Saturday. I believe the kickoff of the actual show is 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. So that's an 8:30, 11:30 start time, because NXT Stand and Deliver actually does have a pre-show match.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. I know.
They actually had a pre-show.
They actually have a pre-show match. So there are 7 matches total on Stand and Deliver, 6 on the main card, 1 on the pre-show.
They actually did 7 matches, which should be the sweet spot. They're learning.
And WrestleMania both nights are probably going to have 7 matches because one currently has 7, one has 6, but the 6th night is probably going to get a 7th match added because Randy Orton doesn't have a match yet. So
yeah, true.
So after Stand and Deliver, of course, night 1 of WrestleMania. The show actually begins at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. If I'm being honest, I don't know what time we're going live. I don't think we're going to do a 3-hour, 2-hour pre-show like the Knucking Futz people at WWE. But we might at least give an hour because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, true.
So let's call it impromptu right now. Time subject to change. 3 o'clock kickoff for Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
Then, of course, we've got the shenanigans after that. Then you've got the GCW Cluster F Forever.
Yes.
Show begins at 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. So a 10:30, 1:30 a.m. start time, respectively, for those shows, which means that, yes, we will be cutting the shenanigans short on Saturday so that we can do that show, because a 140-man battle royal that features the Warlord, Megan Bayne, Human Tornado, Nasty Leroy, an Invisible Man, Super Crazy, and a blow-up doll, amongst other competitors, is something that we need to devote our attention for.
A little bit.
It is the epitome of the phrase Cluster F.
Yeah, 100%. I don't see how we could do it any other way at this point. I mean, you got to give them, you got to give it time. You got to give it the appropriate attention.
And then again, WrestleMania Sunday, same start time, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern for our coverage for night 2 of WrestleMania. A shenanigans-esque post-show immediately following.
Yes.
That way we can talk about and wrap up the whole weekend of WrestleMania. Again, if you guys are in Las Vegas for WrestleMania, there's a video that went up across the entirety of the Simply Reliable Studios channels today. James's channel, Noah's channel, my channel, Walter's channel, Jeff's channel, Ash's channel, Walter's Twitch, Walter's X account. There's a video out there of me talking about all of the wrestling that is going on from today. So some stuff that's already over, all the way through the NXT After Mania. Much like I said in that video, I will reiterate it here right now. If you have extra time and extra money, I'm not saying not to give it to WWE or even TNA, but maybe look into some of these independent wrestling companies that are holding shows.
Yes.
Because a lot of them are going to have tickets for $20, $30, $25, maybe 50 tops, that you can go and you can see people like a Megan Bain, a Konosuke Takeshita, a Super Crazy, and you can literally see stars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
Go
please
support the independent wrestling scene.
Yes, please do that.
Like when I decided to make that video, I flashed back to, and you've been to Vegas before, right?
Yes. Well, no, I've seen Vegas.
Okay,
I wish I could be.
Okay. But, well, when you go to Vegas and you check into the hotel, you go to the room, usually you turn the TV on, and the default channel on the TV is always like the hotel channel that tells you everything that's happening at the hotel and within the city during your stay.
Yeah.
That was kind of my inspiration for this video, since WrestleMania is in Las Vegas. It's like, here's all the wrestling that I could find that's going to be happening.
Makes sense.
I probably rattled off close to 50 shows.
Yep.
Including conventions. Because the Wrestling Observer has the F4W convention going on. There's WrestleCon, and then there's the WWE at the World stuff.
That's a lot.
Plus a bunch of shows. There's a couple of companies that are holding free shows at a park in downtown Las Vegas from like 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. I forget if it's Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
But like literally, you just go to the public park and they are having free shows there. Like, you can't sit there and tell me, oh man, I ain't got no money for that. It's free.
If free. If it's free, it's for me.
There's Living Color, who does CM Punk's theme song, is performing a free concert. This wasn't even in the video. They are performing a free concert as part of the Fremont Street Experience.
Wow.
I believe either tomorrow night or Friday night. So that's just go down to Fremont Street, you walk around, and one of the little streets that you could cut up usually has a stage set up on there. One of the stages is going to have Living Color, and they will be playing Cult of Personality because that's arguably their biggest song ever.
Oh, yeah.
You can see Living Color play CM Punk song live in downtown Las Vegas for free.
Yep.
There's going to be a wrestling show on Fremont Street, Las Vegas. The start time's like 11:59 p.m. because they don't want to confuse people with a midnight start. I think that's a Friday night show. Don't quote me again. Go check out the video. All the information's there. But there's a show, standing room only, Fremont Street Experience, free wrestling show. Like, there's no excuse for some of it. For real. Aside from being tired.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and it's Las Vegas. You can sleep when you're dead.
Yes.
You can sleep on the plane back home.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Yes. Sleep whenever. Sleep when you get back home. Fair enough. Hell of a Mania week, folks. Be on the lookout for all that shit. It's gonna be a fun time this Mania week.
Nicholas is in the chat. Good to see you, Nick.
There you
No
go.
food talk tonight. You've been warned.
I
don't need to be distracted, okay? I've got to try and do play-by-play for Japanese wrestling. This is definitely out of my wheelhouse. I don't need to be distracted by food chat.
Hey, to be fair, he actually did a hell of a reference to a Big Mac. He said we were watching Konosuke and Will Ospreay tear it up, and he was like, somebody get me a Big Match. This match be slapping because, you know, Big Mac slapping sauce and shit. This is pretty good. I got to give him credit. I was like, that was a good one. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll let that slide. That was actually pretty good. So, you know what? You can do food talk so long as you pertain it to the match like you did last time, Nick. There you go. Get you exercising your brain.
Right.
We'll exercise his brain for tonight.
So again, if those of you guys out there want to watch along with us, turn into the Triller TV app. You have 3 minutes and counting until the show goes live. If you don't subscribe to the Triller Plus portion of Triller TV, you can get a free 7-day trial subscription. Sign up, watch all the stuff they've got going on for the week, cancel it on Sunday or Monday after you've watched everything. You don't get billed, and you still get to take in all this content and watch the actual action as we do our live reactions and play-by-play commentary.
This is true. There's no excuse, folks. Enjoy the shows. Enjoy
Seriously.
them now. They are
and you've still got 2 minutes and 12 seconds to sign up for the 7-day trial if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't already have that. So you got a few minutes still. Time is running out.
Yes.
But while we wait for these last 2 minutes to tick off, why don't we go ahead and run our watch-along trailer? We'll be right back.
There you go.
Now for a taste of things to come.
And with that being said, that is all the wrestling. And yeah, we're not sure what happened with the audio on our end, folks. For me, it sounded weird. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, there you go. All the wrestling and stuff.
All right, getting the copyright notice.
I am too.
I didn't hear any audio issues.
Okay, so then it must just be me. I don't know why. Fair enough.
And now there's a little countdown. Dragon Gate, the Rebirth starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, so let me know when you get the
copyright notice.
Okay. Well. No, I got an error code. Why do I have an error code? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting a crowd.
Yep. Now I got the ring announcer in the ring.
Well,
Definitely a hype crowd at the Palms Hotel and Casino, where the real world Las Vegas took place. Turn it down some so I don't get copyright.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I don't hear anything on your end. You're good.
Okay.
First time in a decade that the Dragon Gate USA has been in the States.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Let me know when they say one fall.
One fall.
Okay, so
We're pretty much on sync there, it sounds like.
I think so. Hopefully. Woohoo! Here we go. I think we got your boy from the ID program. Or, no, he's not ID.
No, that's Kizzy. Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to be facing the guy from the ID program, so you kind of right there.
Oh, it's close. Woo! He looks hyped to be there, I'll tell you that, though.
Yeah, he does. This is another one of those high energy, high flyer type of guys. If you've never seen Kizzy before, you should be impressed by him.
Sounds good. All right. I'm looking
Same
forward
with
to it.
Marcus Mathers. Marcus Mathers actually earlier got caught up his leg on the top rope. We thought he might have suffered an injury, but luckily he wasn't injured that bad.
Good. Yeah.
It would have sucked for him to get injured in his first match when you're booked for 12 shows this week.
Yeah, right? That would have been the worst. Pearl Theater inside the Palms of Las Vegas, they said.
Yep, just got that.
There we go.
And here comes Marcus Mathers.
Yeah.
Me and Walter joked that he should use the Eminem song, I'm just Marshall Mathers, but swap it out with Marcus.
Yep.
Philly's finest, Marcus Mathers. Again, a member of the WWE ID program. You can catch him Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific, WWE Evolve on Tubi. Tubi is a free app to download, no subscription fee or anything. So if you don't have Tubi downloaded, I don't know why not. Download that son of a bitch and watch some free WWE Evolve.
I'm looking forward to this. These guys look like they're athletic as hell.
Oh, yeah. And Marcus Mathers is deceptive. Like, he's got that catch-as-catch-can ability as well.
Ooh, I like that.
He looks like he would be your typical high flyer, but he definitely has the ground game as well. He showed that earlier on the GCW tournament.
They're now introducing the first competitor.
KZ. Okay, so that's how he pronounces it. It's not Kizzy, it's not KZY, it's KZ. Got it.
Oh, there you go.
Doing little Fortnite dances and shit.
All right. And here's Mathers. Loving that. Definitely an Eminem fan if you're calling yourself Mathers. That's all I'll say.
Well, I mean, you never know. That could actually be his name.
That's a good point.
It sounds like it could just be his real name. Bells called for here, and here we go with our opening contest.
Mm-hmm.
Both men kind of soaking it all in. KZ clapping his hands.
Ooh, wow. So there's history with KYZ or KZY. That's how you pronounce
KZ.
it? KZ. So KZ apparently is he's won championships, multiple championships here in Dragon Gate Pro.
There you go. Standing switch here by Marcus Mathers. Has the waist lock. KZ trying to get free here. Little pelvic thrust action. Breaks free. Has the hammer lock.
There you go. That's definitely a catch can style straight out of the Johnny Saint playbook to get out of that waist grip.
There we go. Marcus Mathers. Nice roll through. Taking control of the hammerlock now. Wrenches it around. Nice wrist control here by Mathers. Now KZ doing a little flip and fly and roll through. A little worm action here.
Okay.
Step through. Switches arms. Pop and lock in there from both men. KZ seems to have Mathers a little frustrated here in the early goings.
Yeah, you ain't shitting. Yeah, they're definitely taunting here a little bit.
Mathers trying to get the crowd into it. Now Mathers starting a little pop lock, but a kick to the midsection, deceiving KZ there.
Well, right now
sends KZ into the ropes. KZ averts, bouncing off the other ropes, ducks the clothesline. Nice jumping neck breaker there by KZ. Drops Mathers, and Mathers in a bad way.
Yeah, that was a great roll through out of that. That was great.
KZ definitely has some unorthodox, innovative offense there. Charges in. Nice forearm smash to the face of Mathers. Snapmare takedown. And a forearm to the back of the shoulder blades there by KZ.
Yeah, and Dragon Gate is another indie promotion, Nick. We love the indies, man. We always support them, man. Always support the indies.
What it is, Nick, that we love about the indies is that this is where you can see the stars of tomorrow today.
Yep.
You know, I went to PWG back in 05 to like 08, so I saw guys like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, you know, Austin Aries, Frankie Kazarian, Samoa Joe, all before they became like household names.
Ooh, nice snap near swerve kick by Mathers there.
Hook of the leg, gets a 2 count. So you just never know who you see on the indies that's going to be the champion heading into like WrestleMania 47.
That's
48.
Yeah.
You know, here we are at 41. Who could be going into WrestleMania 5-6 years from now that we're watching today? Especially with WWE ID prospects on a lot of these indie shows. So they're already kind of being scouted in the system to eventually go to NXT, to eventually go to the main roster. You know, we could be seeing Marcus Mathers at WrestleMania 45 here.
Yeah, Mathers' whole demeanor, I'll tell you right now, after that back suplex, a little showboating to the crowd, definitely gives me the ICW's Lionheart vibes, God rest his soul, because that's exactly what this feels like to me. Another backdrop suplex.
Mathers definitely working heel here, which is funny because if you watched the show we did earlier, Mathers was totally the babyface, the underdog in it. So
He's using this. He's using this as a resume builder this Mania season.
Exactly. I mean, you have to be able to flip flop based on whatever the company wants from you.
Mm-hmm. You never watched any indie promotion, Nick. Oh man, we got. You know what? You would love DPW, just judging by your humor. I think you'd like those boys.
Nick, where is it that you're located again? What state?
Yeah.
So we can maybe try to help you with some indies that are in your general vicinity.
That Snap Scoop Slam is nuts. I love that. That was really good.
Mm-hmm. And again, you can see Mathers wrestle on Evolve on Tubi on Wednesday nights. Okay, he's in Canada. So you've got a ton of indies anyway, dude. Go. How far are you from Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, the promotion that's got D'Amore relaunched?
Yeah, man.
That would be a good one to look out for. I'm not sure what province that he runs out of, but that's probably one of the big Canadian ones that's going right now, Maple Leaf Pro.
Now Mathers is trying to go for an Irish whip.
But KZ has the arm hooked on the top rope there to prevent it. Now gets that Irish whip, sends him to the opposite corner. Big boot up to prevent Marcus from coming in. KZ full head of steam, but a kick to the midsection by Mathers. KZ bumps off the other rope, forearm smash, and a European uppercut drops Mathers.
That was a great European. Very, very good.
See, there you go. If they're in Maple Leaf Gardens and you live in Toronto, go check out Maple Leaf Pro. That's a good start.
That's Northern Lights.
With the bridge, got a 2 count, did KZ.
That was an awesome Northern Lights, by the way. That was a really, really clean Northern Lights. By the way, I just sent you a updated graphic of my old one with Natalia Markova in it. You're welcome.
God damn it. I'll get it in a minute or two because I've got a bunch of tabs open. So
I already imported it in, so yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, once I can drop some tabs, then I'll get it.
Yeah.
Irish whip reverse, Mathers up and over in the corner. Nice roll through. Gets a 2 count. KZ kicks out.
Great lariat. Jesus. Mathers is just aggressive in the early goings of this match here. KZ. Turns that into a stunner. Gets to go behind.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
Protoplex variation.
Kick out because Blue Thunder Bombs never win matches.
Well, to be fair,
except did earlier tonight because it did win.
I was about to say we had our Blue Thunder Bomb win quota for tonight.
That's right, we did. There's plenty of them to choose from, Nick, because we're going to be doing a bunch of them. So
this is great. Trying to go. Oh, look at this. Mathers looks like he's going to try to go for a key crusher variation of sorts.
Shades of gets out of it, but a forearm smash. Now looks like he's going for it again. Nope. KZ up and over. Another European uppercut. Rocks Mathers off the ropes. And the forearm smash receipt by Mathers. Off the ropes. European uppercut from KZ. Off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Goes for a roll up. Kip up cutter.
Okay. That's nice.
Mathers going for it again. Nice up and over. Floats over for the pin. Hooks the leg. 2 count. Kick out from KZ. Mathers looks a little distraught, like he thought he should have had that there.
Yeah. He can't get frustrated now, though. Trying to build your resume, you gotta make sure you know where you are at all times. Don't get frustrated because he has some heart. You gotta stay on the attack. Try to spark that flame out.
Mathers looking for the top rope here. He's notorious for that 450 splash. Let's see if he goes for it here. Nope. KZ moves.
Brilliant.
Another European uppercut from KZ.
Good one, too.
Backslide
Uh-oh.
from Mathers. KZ kicks out. Another running European uppercut from KZ, and he says that is it. KZ looks like he might be going for his finisher here.
Could be going for it. Here we go. I don't know what his finisher is. Oh. Possibly trying to go for a double underhook pile driver. Got countered.
Spins him around, has him hooked for a tombstone pile driver.
Oh,
KZ. Oh my God. He spikes him with a head scissor.
Oh
and
my
now
God.
KZ says that is it for sure.
I think it might be, Matthew, thanks for coming. Double underhook.
C4 spike pile driver.
Yeah, Jay Driller. Gonna go to the top rope to finish it off here. I think it's all she wrote after this is hit. KZ time. Frog splash.
Hooks the leg. 1, 2, and that is it. Marcus Mathers eats the pinfall to KZ here in the opening contest of Dragon Gate Rebirth.
Very, very good matchup. Very good matchup.
That C4 spike, Jay Drilla. Again, look at that head scissors spike, and then here's the finish. Boom, drops him with the C4 spike. Frog splash to get the pinfall. Great opening contest here from these two gentlemen.
Honestly, Nick, that's a good topic question for the spaces. I think we'll save that for spaces, to be honest, because I like that question. We might have that on TISM this week. You never know. We'll see what happens. I don't even know if I'm going to be on TISM next week just because of stuff going on with my Uncle's Doc and everything. Showed respect by both men, by the way.
Absolutely.
By the way, apparently Dragon Gate is a part of the collective because you'll notice the GCW collective on the mat actually.
And the Ring Apron, yeah, Dragon Gate is part of the collective. A lot of those shows are at the Palm. DDT Pro is part of the collective.
Yeah.
Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling is part of the collective.
I did not know
There's
that.
a show running later this weekend that's actually GCW versus TJPW versus DDT. We're not covering that show, but it will be a part of the Triller Plus package. So again, something you can watch if you get the 7-day free subscription trial. We're just not covering it because I believe that's Saturday, just ahead of night 1 of WrestleMania. So clearly our priorities are with WrestleMania as opposed to that.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And I'm not 100% sure that Stand and Deliver will even be over by the time that starts, or we'd have to go live with a pre-show. So again, Stand and Deliver or that. WrestleMania or that. I mean, the choice is obvious for that one, but
this is true.
KZ on the microphone.
I think, is he speaking English?
Yeah.
Oh, he's very happy to be in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he wants more championships, I think.
Big night tonight.
Big night tonight.
Crowd chanting Dragon Gate, Dragon Gate. Come back, I love you.
Come back, I love you. He says, with all these companies rebirthing, you almost wonder, could there be a Progress revival? Could there be a WCPW revival when you got things like Dragon Gate coming back? You have MLP coming back.
You never know.
I'm looking forward to it. How much I'll tell you if we go into that direction. I ain't mad about having more wrestling to cover. And
Matt, I didn't see if it came up on the screen, but our night is going swimmingly so far. Good sir, I hope you're having a good evening as well.
Yes. Do you want me to like because I know your screen is what it is. Do you want me to go through the comments while the show kind of goes on? Because I can man those.
Yeah, you can man the comments. I mean, I have it up so I can kind of see them, but I've just kind of been responding without bringing them on the screen because
me
focus
too.
on everything.
Yeah, I'll bring up this one at some point, Nick. This will be at some point a topic on one of our spaces. I think it's an interesting. We'll probably throw the NIL program in there too, because by that point, I think they'll be like halfway done with their what is it called, the LFG series, right?
Yeah, or even shenanigans. We may be able to get into that if not this weekend, next weekend. It looks like we're going to get our women's tag match now, as Asumi and the Starlight Kid are making their way to the ring.
Yeah, one of the Stardom girls too. Starlight Kid actually has the one of the titles there from Stardom.
I believe they're both Stardom girls, to be honest.
I believe so.
Oh, yeah. All four of them, I think, are, because I know Konami is a Stardom girl as well. So this may just be a Stardom match ahead of Stardom running 2 shows this week. One tomorrow here at the Palms, I believe, and then one at, I think, the FSW arena. They have 2 shows, 2 different venues, part of 2 collections. We're not doing the one tomorrow, but we are doing the one Friday just because of the way timing and scheduling and everything worked out. But I love Asumi's outfit here. Very Buzz Lightyear-esque in the color scheme and everything.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which is weird considering the other one is named Starlight Kid and Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Like, you'd think the other one would have the Buzz Lightyear gear.
Yeah.
Instead of looking like a kitty cat, but
well, to be fair,
who do I know? Like,
well, it's not just a kitty cat she's looking like. To be fair, actually, Starlight Kid is actually taking inspiration from Tiger Mask, the original.
Fair enough.
To be fair,
fair enough. I didn't think about that because it's been a while since I've seen Tiger Mask, but the mask definitely looked very kitty cat-esque, and then the feathering across her outfit kind of looks like cat fur, as we have Konami and Natsuko Tora representing Hate from Stardom.
Oh yeah, okay.
And the one here with the longer hair, the blonde black combination, that is Konami, who will be a part of Bloodsport tomorrow, taking on Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades.
Yeah,
I am looking forward to see a lot of quote unquote bad bitch come out of this representative of Hate.
So, yeah, you know what? I wonder if this team, Hate, is actually former rivals, because I swear to God, I remember the one with the short hair. I swear to God, she actually shot on a woman and like beat the piss out of her, and she like was exiled from the industry for a while, but then came back, and the other one came out of retirement, and they actually blew off their feud and turned the shoot into a work. I wonder if that woman is actually her tag partner. I swear that happened. So that'd be interesting if that's the case, and if it is the case, Shayna Baszler might be in some fucking shit. I gotta look into that, but it does look like her. Konami does look like that person. Could be wrong. It could be entirely wrong. Again, if they work their shit out, don't matter anyway. Historical purposes.
Exactly.
But
Starlight Kid and Asumi, the obvious baby faces here. It's hard to have a tandem called Hate and have them be baby faces.
Yep.
Especially Konami here with the can of spray paint.
That spray paint is aerosol.
I'm assuming it's supposed to be Hate spray paint the way the Hate is written.
That's fair.
But it's probably just a can of hairspray if we're being honest, but you know.
Oh, shit.
There they go. The heels jumping the baby faces.
And there goes
It
the
looks
neighborhood.
like Tora is going after Starlight Kid. Konami going after Asume.
Oh, wow.
Going to be hard to keep track of this.
Yeah, man. The hate duo here is definitely Pearl Harboring the women here. It's not
Can
good.
you really call it Pearl Harboring when they're all Japanese? Pearl Harbor was a Japanese attack of America.
That's
like,
true.
If there was an American here, then you could call it Pearl Harboring, but they're all Japanese, bro.
Hold on. I didn't mean a racist. I swear I did not mean a racism.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't. I'm just saying, like, if it was 2 Americans and 2 Japanese, then you could call it Pearl Harboring.
I don't know. I feel bad. No, Pearl Harbor means a sneak attack, but it seems in poor taste when it's all Japanese people. To be honest, I feel bad now. Anyway.
And that's a good point from Nicholas here. Keep an eye on Asume because she is going to be at New Japan Resurgence in early May in a triple threat match against Mina Shirakawa and Mercedes Moné for the New Japan Strong Women's title.
Okay.
Asume and Mina fought at New Japan Windy City Riot to see who was going to become number 1 contender, and the match went to a time limit draw. So it was made a 3-person match. Konami just throwing Asumi across the ring.
Tora's not playing any games here, man.
That's Konami in there with Asumi.
Oh, is that Konami? Oh,
yeah. The long hair, multicolored hair is Konami. The cheetah spots is Tora.
Gotcha.
And Konami just driving the knee into the back of the smaller Asume. Starlight Kid coming in, trying to get a break, but kind of like a fly on a giant there. Tora comes in with a sleeper on Starlight Kid.
Yikes.
Konami with an armbar submission, leg grapevine around her head and neck there for added leverage. Definitely
by the way,
using the size and strength advantage is Konami. Go ahead, James.
I was about to say, Konami, you'll notice there's some joint manipulation as well on particularly the elbow joint, because she is just grinding away there. Like, she is trying to apply as much pressure as possible.
Asume sliding herself to the ropes, gets her foot in the bottom rope, causing the break there. But you saw Tora there trying to get her off before the ref could see it.
Yeah, by the way, she stomped on her ankle, too, while it was hanging off the bottom rope. That's a dirty thing to do.
Both members of Hate double-teaming Asume here while she's in the rope. Referee getting a break here. Konami with a back elbow smash to Starlight Kid, knocking her off the ropes there. Not allowing Asume to get a tag snapmare takedown, and then a PK to the back of Asume there from Konami.
And now going to go for a cover
back
here.
Spin with the knee in the chest there.
Yeah,
tag into Tora.
By the way, I just want to point out that the referee does look like Antonio Inoki Mini. Carry on. Oh, Jesus!
Hitting in the face of Asume, and now in the referee's face. Not mist. Looks like it was water or something else. Not traditional Japanese mist.
That is definitely a heel thing to do. A snap suplex to follow up.
Yep. Tora goes for the pinfall. Nice body leverage there. Gets a 2 count. Asume able to roll the right shoulder up.
In a post-pandemic world, man, just spitting in somebody's face just feels wrong.
I mean, you know how freaky the Japanese can be. There are some people that would line up for that kind of treatment from a woman.
Yeah,
maybe not one that looks like Tora. Maybe one more that looks like Asumi or Starlight Kid.
JJ,
beggars can't. No, let me finish. Beggars can't be choosers, and some people like bigger girls.
Listen,
so you know.
Listen, I was about to say it's Vegas. There's no such thing as having standards.
No, there is, because Stat Boy had the opportunity to fuck a hooker when we went to Vegas and passed on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there are standards in Vegas.
I guess. Well, it depends on the person. Anyway, tag into Starlight Kid finally.
Starlight up on the top rope. Nice cross body. Takes down Tora. Hooks the leg. gets a 2 count, and Tora kicks out.
Yeah, that was a powerful kick out. There was no way that was going to put her away.
No. Starlight Kid off the ropes, but Konami with a kick to the back of Starlight Kid drops her center of the ring. And now Konami in there for some double team from the Hate Sisters. Starlight Kid off of one rope, changes direction. Counters, nice head scissors, arm drag takedown to both members of Hate there.
I think that was a snapmare takedown, but yeah, both effective.
Running double drop kick from Starlight Kid sends Konami out of the ring, Tora to the center of the ring, right about where the Collective logo is.
Now look at this now. She's going to try to keep.
The shoulders are down, ref count.
I was about to say.
What are we doing here? I don't care if it's a baby face on the heel. The shoulders are down. And now Starlight Kid standing on top of Tora like it's a surfboard. Standing moonsault from Starlight Kid, hook of the leg, gets 2, kick out from Tora before 3, about 2.5 count there.
There you go. And now we're having Starlight Kid I did not know that Starlight Kid liked to dance. You'd think I remember that after the last match I saw with her.
Maybe it's been a while since you've seen her, so you forgot. Notice Asume has not gotten on the ring ropes yet, though. I know she took a lot of beating there, but you would think she would start to get up there so that her partner could make a tag, try to isolate Tora here to the best of their ability. Both women trading chops and forearm smashes in the center of the ring here. Starlight Kid just opening up the forearm shots to the chest of Tora. Tora comes with a clothesline. Starlight Kid ducks it, goes for a crossbody, but Tora catches her.
Jesus.
Slams her down. Jumping senton lands all of her body weight across the chest and midsection of Starlight Kid. Lateral press only gets a 2 count. And now Tora gets the tag into Konami.
Basically a world's strongest slam she pulled off. Nice knee strike to the gut.
And a nice sliding kick from Konami to the chest of Starlight Kid there.
That's definitely how you can affect somebody's breathing pattern. Try to go for
went for a fisherman suplex, but decided to drop it down into an armbar instead. Notice the placement of her hips right on the back of her neck there.
Yeah, turning it into a disarmer. Yep, turning it into a disarmer. Starlight Kid just making the bottom rope. That was brilliant strategy to go from armbar to armbar.
Asume still not up on the ring apron yet for a potential tag. Starlight Kid, nice head scissor takeover.
And now finally on the apron for that tag. To your point, JJ. Tag.
And here comes Asume. Irish whip reversal from Konami. Asume ducks under, hits the ropes again, runs in with the kick, hits the ropes again. Shotgun drop kick, kip up, and Asume is standing tall here as we get to the middle portion of the match.
And there's a reason why she's the longest reigning high-speed champion in Stardom's history. She just showed it right there.
Going into the other corner, Konami misses, gets out of the way. Nice running back elbow from Konami to Asume. Here comes Tora running in with a clothesline. Irish whip sends Asume right into a brutal kick from Konami.
Yeah.
Konami with a pinfall, lackadaisical cover, gets a 2 count though.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. That was brilliant defense, by the way, by Tora holding Starlight Kid back from being able to break it up.
Oh, meeting of the minds there. Starlight Kid and Asume. Nice crossbody there from Tora.
Yeah, Fall of Humanity crossbody as well, flattening both women.
Konami has Asume set up here. She looks like she's going to go to the top rope for something.
Oh, no. Both women
Tora going to the top rope on the other side. Kip up from both ladies. Asume goes after Tora. Starlight Kid for Konami. Both women do an arm drag.
Yeah, double Japanese arm drag.
Nice aerial offense. Frog splash from Starlight Kid. Double leg drop from Asume. Only gets a 2 count and now has her locked in an arm bar.
Yeah.
And Asume trying to get some joint. Looks like she's going for a Reigns of Saturn.
Yeah, got all of it too.
Oh, Jesus, and bending her backwards, getting that joint manipulation on the fingers there and the wrist.
Get that
Konami
rope.
trying to get her leg to the bottom rope there so she can get a break is successful. Referee
Dude,
calling for the break there.
She might have had a dislocated shoulder. I don't think it matters at this point.
You
Look at the way
definitely
she's
don't
clutching
want a
it.
dislocated shoulder going into a blood sport match with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, because she will work on that like no problem. Try to goes for a double stomp, does Susumu. Shoulder block.
Now to Konami to the top rope there. Asume prone. Nice jumping side kick there to the head of Asume.
That was disgusting, that kick.
It ain't got to be pretty as long as it's effective. Here comes Tora in with the cannonball. That massive mass.
Yeah, no shit.
Now Konami running in with the kick there. Hooks the leg, sitting on the chest, gets the one, gets the two. Starlight Kid able to break the pin up. Here comes Tora going after Starlight Kid.
Yeah, the hate team here is definitely showing some really good tag team psychology here, isolating one girl here while attacking the other at ringside.
Konami with a nice snap German suplex, has the bridge, gets 2.5. Asume kicks out.
Now the referee here is
I think the referee is about as hype as we are, James.
I was about to say
really into the match.
Excited, yeah.
Goes for the spin. Asume sweeps the leg. Nice roll through and gets the 3 count. Does Asume. Asume and Starlight Kid pick up the victory over Hate here tonight.
That was a really good pin cover. I don't think Hate's done here because
no, Tora can't believe it. She thinks that the shoulder got up.
Yeah, I don't think they're happy with that loss.
Look at that German again. Just the sheer strength of Konami had her folded up. I thought that was going to be it right there. Something as simple as the German. Then went that whipped the leg, trapped the arm, rolled her up, hooked the legs, got the 3 count.
That's a brilliant pin cover, by the way. And the way she led up to that was brilliant. That was actually really good. There you go, Nick.
Appreciate you, Nick.
Yes, man.
While we have this brief moment in between matches, the next Triller show that we do will be GCW Bloodsport 13 tomorrow.
Yep.
Walter and James on the call.
Yep. We always cover the MMA style shows, so that's going to be a fun one.
Stardom, American Dream in Neon City on Friday is something we're going to do, but that is an additional charge.
Yes.
Joey Janela's Spring Break is on Triller, as is the GCW Cluster F Forever. The Spring Break and Cluster F are part of the Triller Plus package, which again, 7-day free trial. You get to watch those. Bloodsport is part of that as well. So if you want to watch along with us, Nick, those 3 shows will be on Triller. And then if you want to pony up the extra for the Stardom show, we'll be doing that one as well.
You know what's crazy? I was going to say, I'm surprised the UFC isn't doing a show. I'm really surprised by that. Because, like, I thought you think since Vegas is basically their home, it would do it, you know?
Yeah.
At least at the Apex, but who knows?
See what's going to be next. Ho Lun.
Yeah.
Your boy from the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yes. Ho Lun making his way back to American Eyes, I think, for the first time since the Cruiserweight Classic. And man, has this dude undergone a metamorphosis.
Dude looking like Japanese John Lennon up in this bitch.
Yeah, I was about to say. Look at
He's got the circle glasses like Lennon, the dirty kind of like unkept hair from the late 60s, early 70s.
Wearing a branded tank top. That's so something that Lennon would do.
And then if you look at his physical appearance, like when he got with Yoko, some of his features really changed. People thought he was part Japanese because of the metamorphosis his body went through.
There you go.
And here's Rhys Maddox, who, like I said, I just saw this past weekend on the Reality of Wrestling show, product of Booker T's Reality of Wrestling School. Big break here for this young gentleman, getting to be part of the Dragon Gate Rebirth show.
Yep. That's a huge break for him. You got to imagine, too, that he's definitely going to be on ID's radar sooner rather than later if he's as good as you say he is.
Well, I've only seen him once, but he was definitely impressive in the one outing I saw him in. It could have just been a lucky day. It's one of those things where you got to see somebody a few times before you can truly judge.
Well,
But the fact that he is a part of Booker T's school and Reality of Wrestling is a WWE ID territory, to your point, you got to figure everybody that comes through ROW is on WWE's radar.
GCW definitely reaping the benefits, reaping the rewards right now. And you got to imagine GCW sure is as well as Dragon Gate USA.
Yeah. Figure GCW is just the, and I'm going to use this term loosely, but the biggest promotion that's running this week that is not WWE or TNA, because they've got that Triller exposure. They do multiple shows a month. They've got stars of AEW and the ID system that come through their territories. So they've probably got the biggest financial book to be able to host something like this, considering they're not a Vegas-based company.
Yep.
FSW, who's doing their own Full Tilt 3, similar to the Collective, is a Vegas-based company. You know, so it's a little bit different. They've already got their home base. GCW has to rent the Palms and this facility for all these days. So you figure that's a pretty penny that they've got to put out. And then you've got to pay the talent on all these shows.
Yep, true that.
Both men starting out, nice catch can. Ho Lun with a master lock, a full Nelson lock on Rhys Maddox. Maddox able to reverse out, has the hammer lock now on Ho Lun. Ho Lun goes for the traditional roll through, grabs the leg, trips Maddox up.
Ooh, Indian toe hold.
I was going to say, just working on the foot and the toe there of Maddox. But look at those boots. Those are not shoes with kick pads like Lun. Those are traditional wrestling boots. It's going to be a little bit harder to work the toes. Ho Lun, Santa Claus's favorite wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely. Although instead of stopping at 3 hoes, Ho Lun stops at 2.
Collar elbow tie up, center of the ring, side headlock by Lun.
Now Lun getting bounced.
And this is definitely the rookie versus the veteran here. Even if Rhys Maddox picks up an L in this match, just the experience of a veteran like Ho Lun, who, to your point, was in the Cruiserweight Classic 2016. So he's worked matches for WWE, which you got to figure is something Rhys Maddox wants to do.
Yep, absolutely.
So Lun has been where Maddox wants to be.
Great
Maddox measuring him up. European uppercut.
Maddox with a great Hurricane Rana. Drop kick. Threw it up by Kiko. And it only garners a 2.
Maddox trying to stay in dominant position here. Gets Lun up. Drop toe hold from Lun. Bounces the rope. Shotgun drop kick to the temple of Maddox.
Yeah, Lun
looks like he's taunting the crowd. Yep. Both got that at the same time.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hook of the leg. Gets a 2 count on Maddox. Maddox kicks out. Going right back to the foot.
Definitely don't want to showboat too much here.
No.
Look at this, man. Ho Lun just showing.
Trying to Charlie Horse's leg up.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's simple but effective offense that we see Ho Lun use here.
Spinning toe hold here. Looks like he might be trying to set Maddox up for a figure 4 or something similar.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting way to hold a submission in. Oh, and look at that. He's turning it into a wishbone, by the way. And he grabbed the throat. I don't know how
I was going to
smart
say,
that
that is an illegal choke there, ref.
Yes.
But in all fairness, he has till 5 and a pin is only 3, so.
This is true. Ooh, and there's that elbow. Definitely taking a page out of the SVR07 playbook and then gets it into a leg lock. Sometimes the simple moves are the most effective.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that, though. He's putting his full moose knuckle right into the kneecap and then hits the point of his elbow on the kneecap also.
Well,
really applying pressure here.
Going back to the thigh there again, trying to Charlie horse the leg.
Uh-oh, foot DDT. Yikes.
And you can see Maddox hard to get to a vertical base there, tried to get on his feet, and his leg just kind of gave out underneath him.
Ooh.
Shuffle side kick to the midsection.
Another
one from Lun.
Those Solvats are lethal if they hit you the wrong way.
Double axe to the back of the neck.
Again, simple but effective offense. Doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be effective.
Sends Maddox to the outside. Now Maddox with his leg caught up on the rope there. Nice jumping cutter as he comes back in. Drops Lun. Thought Lun was going to go back for that thigh while it was grapevined over the middle rope there.
Very, very good. That was brilliant.
Both men down. Referee starting his 10 count.
Maddox is trying to get back onto his feet here, but you got to imagine there's been a lot of damage onto that leg.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Lun coming in. Nice short arm clothesline from Maddox. Drops Lun center of the ring. Another one to boot.
Jesus, that was a rough lariat, too. Nice rolling Solvat as well to follow up.
Step up Insaguri. Rocks Lun. Maddox off the middle rope. Forearm smash there. Drops Lun center of the ring. Rolls him over, hooks the leg, gets 2.5 there from Maddox.
Definitely knows how to differentiate his moveset from most other people because I have not seen a springboard forearm shot like that.
No. At most, we usually see the phenomenal forearm from AJ Styles, but that's a springboard off the top, straight in, and he bounced off the middle and turned around to hit it. So definitely a little different. Looking for a pump handle slam here. But Lun counters into an arm drag.
Trying to go for a knife edge chop. Ooh, he got one over the gut, though, and then turns it into an up kick. Backed up Maddox into the corner. Tried to charge in. Doesn't charge in successfully.
No. Nice drop kick off the middle turnbuckle pad there.
Come on, buddy. Ho Lun. Oh, right.
Shining Wizard to the back of the head and neck. Hooks both legs. Gets a 2. Maddox able to pop out there.
Yeah, that is definitely lethal, that kick. That's how you develop a concussion right to the back of the head.
Right. And as young as Maddox is, you definitely don't want to get in concussion trouble this stage of your career.
No.
I mean, you don't want him at any point, but especially this young where you've got to stop your budding career this soon. Short DDT gets a 2 count for Maddox. Here's that drop kick again on replay.
Mm-hmm.
Maddox with a hook of the leg for a pin attempt, 2.5. And Maddox looks like he's starting to get frustrated. His best efforts aren't able to put Lun away.
Yeah, no kidding.
Maddox trying to pick Lun up from the waistlock position, looking for a German. Lun rolls through, hooks the leg. Maddox able to roll back out of it. Lun grabs him. Nice schoolboy roll up there. Gets a 2 count. Maddox rolls out of it. Lun hooks him up. Nice roll through. Thought he was going to go for the side Russian. Hooks the legs. Gets a 3 count. That is it. Lun able to steal it here at the end.
My boy Lun got it. Ho Lun, yay! That was a good pin combination by Ho Lun.
Absolutely. Here, let's look at it again. Hooked it, rolled through, grabbed the other leg, rolled him back, So one leg was trapped by the leg grapevine and the other one was hooked by the arm. Then you add the body weight of Lun on top of Maddox, and it was just enough that Maddox wasn't able to get out of it.
Very good pitting combination. Wins the matchup for Ho Lun. Looking for a microphone, it looks like. No.
Now hitting a Ryu-esque Street Fighter pose center of the ring.
He definitely is. That's definitely a Ryu type of fighting stance. Or actually, you know what? Kind of looks like Spider-Man mixed with Ryu from Marvel v. Capcom.
I'm grabbing a young fan in the crowd there wearing his shirt.
Aww.
I actually wonder if that's his son. Can't really get a good look at him, but the fact that he's right there front row wearing his shirt, almost wonder if that's his kid.
That's a fair point. I am going to get a drink real quick while I have a chance before they get to the next participants.
I was going to say you don't have too long because you see we're moving pretty quick. That was the third to sixth match.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. All right, here we go.
Okay, they're making a brief announcement here for the crowd in attendance. Letting anybody there know that if they didn't get everything they were supposed to as part of the VIP package, to come to the merch booth after the event so they can make sure that all the fans there get what they paid for. So far, not a bad show. I'm really enjoying this. I don't usually watch a whole lot of Japanese wrestling because most of it comes on super fucking late for me. So just not something I usually get into, but with this being an earlier time slot, I'm really enjoying this. Oh, okay. So we're not going to get Ultimo in our main event. This is Evan Rivers, Sinner and Saint. Apparently, this trio is known as the Sovereign. Did not know that Rivers had history with the duo known as Sinner and Saint. And here comes La Estrella, El Cucuy. Estrella in the purple there with the stars, because Estrella means stars in Spanish. And I thank Dora the Explorer every day for teaching me that. I'm being 100% serious. It sounds like a haha, but I'm being serious. You good, James? I don't hear you. James, can you hear me?
Oh, no! Have I been on mute that whole time?
Okay, yes, you were.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I was saying Rivers had the most bedazzled light bright jacket of all time. We will see if his, and gas mask too. We will see if his wrestling ability was as flashy as his, ring style. And also, that is the biggest ass luchador I've ever seen in my life.
He's like La Parka status.
Yeah, dude.
La Parka mixed with Beast Mortos.
I was about to say
Orca in height, Mortos in width.
I was about to say he
Here
kinda,
comes the legend, James. Ultimo Dragon. It's hard to believe
Ultimo,
this man is still wrestling at his age.
dude.
Made his only WrestleMania appearance 21 years ago at WrestleMania 20.
Bro, this dude hasn't aged a fucking day.
Well, to be fair, he has a mask on, so we can't really tell if he aged a fucking day.
No, but
mask is covering up any wrinkles that he probably would have had.
But like even body wise, the dude looks the same as he did in 04 when we last saw him. What the fuck?
I mean, that's just staying in good shape, but you usually can tell how people age in the face by wrinkles, gray hairs, etc. You know, when a person shaves their body hair, so you can't see if they have like gray hair on their body, you know, and stays in good physical shape, you wouldn't know just by looking at them physically.
You know what I love?
If he took his mask off, we'd probably see how much he's aged.
That's fair. You know what I love?
Going around giving high fives to everyone in the front row. Go ahead, James. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You know what I'd love to see, knowing this now and knowing how well they can still wrestle at their ages. I'd love to see a HOG Dragon Gate USA collab just to see the Ultimo Dragon and Amazing Red clash. I'd love to see that match take place.
That would be good. Or if Rey ever gets released again, give me one more Ultimo Rey Mysterio match.
Mm-hmm. Book a triple threat. Fuck it. Why not? Ultimo Dragon.
Legend, Ultimo Dragon. You know, when I started doing commentary, I never thought I'd call an Ultimo Dragon match, and here we fucking are. So let's go.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
It's kind of like how y'all felt like you never were going to get to call a Stone Cold match, and then you called fucking Stone Cold and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. We're here a few years removed, and now we're calling Ultimo Dragon. Like, what the hell's going on, James?
I don't know. Wrestling never ages. I guess this is the point. So maybe a little potential Maple Leaf Pro action here because it looks like all three of these men are Canadian. I imagine they're all Canadian. What is their team name called?
The Sovereign.
The Sovereign.
Okay, Travis Williams is the bald one. Judas Icarus has the dark hair.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I had no clue Evan Rivers had history with these two. I just thought it was a random pairing for this, you know, all-star show.
Oh,
and
my
again,
Lord.
La Estrella. God bless Dora the Explorer for teaching me the Spanish word for stars.
La Estrella just did two different flips. Let's see. Can us el Cucuy? Is that how you say it? El Cucuy?
Nice roll through. Give the GTS go to sleep sign.
Nice. How do you say his name? El Cucuy.
El Cucuy.
El Cucuy.
Think cuckoo, but cuy.
But cuy.
Cucuy.
Cucuy. El Cucuy. Okay.
Ultimo Dragon.
I'm so happy. Ultimo Dragon, baby. Or in
this was the selling point for most people at this show, was getting to see Ultimo Dragon in a small arena like this for probably like $25 for a ticket, maybe 50 tops for a ticket.
Or if you speak typo like Tony Schiavone, Ultimate Dragon.
That's right. Crowd going, Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah, let's go. I like that. Looks like we're going to have a...
I love how we have a Japanese official for a Lucha Canadian match. Instead of having an American referee. Like, what are we doing here?
Hey, listen. All countries represented.
because we've had American referees in some of the other matches with just the regular stripes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Referee calls for the bell here, and it looks like we're going to have El Cucuy starting off against Travis Williams.
All I'm going to tell Travis Williams is good luck. You ain't winning a collar and elbow with this motherfucker. Oh,
Except
maybe he will.
He's got the hammerlock.
Well, maybe he can fake him out.
Cucuy reverses it. Now has the wrist control. Travis Williams, nice reversal, bending backwards, flip through, kip up. Nice turnaround there, and he breaks free. Great series of maneuvers there from Travis Williams to get the break.
Yeah.
Ducks the clothesline from El Cucuy. Travis Williams goes for the roll through, hooks the legs, sits back. El Cucuy rolls through.
Oh, tried to go for a camel clutch there.
Looked like Travis Williams was trying to go for a slingshot German. Nice flying back elbow from El Cucuy. Hooks the leg, only a 1 count.
Why does he have hops off that spinning back elbow? That was crazy.
Tag into Estrella. Estrella comes in on Travis Williams. Nice arm rainers. Irish whip sends Travis into the other corner.
Ooh, brilliant tag team synergy, though, by Icarus and Rivers.
Yep. Tag from Icarus to Williams there. And Judas Icarus in. Nice side headlock there from Icarus. Estrella bounces him off the ropes. Nice shotgun drop kick.
Right to the mush. Icarus
Estrella gets Icarus up. Irish whip reversal. Leapfrog. Roll through, nice up and over. Handstand by Estrella, walking on his hands. Standing back flush, hooks the legs around the neck. Head scissors takedown from Estrella.
Yeah,
call that the falling star.
I guess so. That's a tremendous take on the Tiaras. And again, look at that. Brilliant psychology. Stopping his partner from going to the outside. That was brilliant.
Estrella sent into the front row, and if you notice, James, there are no barricades. You just literally land in the fans' laps. There's also no mats ringside. That is pure concrete. We noticed that earlier on the other show. The only mats ringside are underneath the ring posts, so the ring posts don't scrape up and damage the floor.
I guess so.
Evan Rivers in, nice running clothesline to the back of the head of Estrella, hooks the leg, gets a 2, kick out from Estrella, 2.
Wow, Rivers definitely already showing a lot here.
Rivers kind of grapevining Estrella's legs, trying to take him down, limit his flying ability. Hooking the other arm as well. One arm trapped in between Rivers' thigh. The other one being extended over Estrella's head. Little joint manipulation. Now he looks like he's going to fish hook the mouth here.
That's dirty. Oh, no. He's not letting up either. Ooh, boy. Into a rolling plunge there.
Tag back into Travis Williams. Rivers and Williams chopping Estrella in the corner while Icarus stands by. Hook of the leg. Gets a 2 count. Does Travis Williams onto Estrella.
The infirmary.
I think Williams looks like he's admiring his team's handiwork here.
Yes, the infirmary. I think that's their name. I probably botched that.
The Sovereign.
The Sovereign. Well, because I'm. Yeah. All right. So we'll call them the Sovereign. Really showing their trios style here. Definitely. Gotta imagine they are definitely catching the eye of AEW when you look at this trio's offense here. A nice cover and a kick out.
Williams grabbing Estrella from the mask there, picking him back up to his feet. Tag into Judas Icarus. Double team Irish whip, running in with the leg to the midsection, knee to the midsection. Short clothesline from Icarus, drops Estrella. Great job isolating Estrella from his team there. Is the Sovereign.
It's very good.
I just noticed Icarus is wrestling barefoot a la Mike Bailey there.
Yes, he is.
I just noticed that. I never noticed that before.
Now he's definitely that means he definitely's got some kicking chops for sure.
Mm-hmm. Probably a nice martial arts background as well.
Yep.
Think about Speedball Mike Bailey and his black belt status.
Absolutely.
Still has the kick pads there to soften up some of those kicks, but the fact that he's conditioned to wrestle barefoot, you know that he's got calluses and all kinds of stuff there on his feet.
100. I mean, it's not entirely barefoot, but it's basically 90% barefoot, other than the tape
His
that's
soles
kind
are
of holding. Yeah, exactly.
Irish whip sends Estrella into the sovereign corner.
Yeah, and that's just an old school Irish whip, one that isn't necessarily trying to just place a person into the corner. That's just one that throws you into the corner, and now a double Irish whip. Oh no! Backfired there. Evan Rivers having some miscues with his team.
Dragon.
Oh boy, here we go.
Ultimo is fired up. First time in the match for the legend Ultimo Dragon. Ducks the clothesline from Rivers. Nice spinning back kick from Dragon.
Yeah.
The midsection in the thigh.
The Ultimo combination.
Back elbow there. Drops Rivers. Here comes Icarus.
Wow. Dude,
big boot rocks Rivers. Sends Icarus into Rivers. Meeting of the mind. Here comes Williams. Has the waist lock for a German. Double team clothesline. Drops their partner. Ultimo Dragon sends Rivers out. Sends Icarus out. Here comes Travis Williams up and over. Back body drop from Ultimo Dragon.
And there we go. Having a little
Ultimo
bit of a
Dragon looks
moment.
like he has not lost a step.
Dude, that was crazy, dude, for him to be able to do a sequence of events with 3 different people like that.
Crowd chant Ultimo, Ultimo.
Uh-oh. I've seen him do this before. Oh, God, no. He is twisting him up like crazy. Oh, no.
Trying to get the crowd into it.
Ooh.
Nice spin through into an ankle lock submission. Rivers and Icarus in to attack Ultimo, break up the submission attempt. Here comes Cucuy and Estrella.
Cucuy now.
Irish whip to Williams, sends him into Icarus.
Oh, no.
Estrella, Irish whip to Cucuy, Stinger Splash.
Oh, no.
It's both members of Sinner and Saint. Now a hip attack. And a roll through to his go to sleep taunt.
Oh, shit.
Here comes Estrella, up and over, drop kick, rock Sinner and Saint.
There's that strength of Cucuy.
And Evan Rivers now realizing he's all alone.
What?
Suicide dive from Estrella takes out both members of Sinner and Saint on the outside. Cucuy throws Evan Rivers through the rope.
I don't think I've ever seen I don't think I've ever seen a Fellsbury flop through the ropes.
Ultimo Dragon just kind of chilling in the corner, taking in everything that his team is doing. It's like, I'm going to let them handle it. El Cucuy is about to fly. Kope Con Hello up and over. Takes out all 3 men. Again, reminder, folks, that is concrete out there.
Yeah.
No mats. Granted, that is a big boy with some cushion, but that is still going to hurt. Rivers being set off of the ropes. Drop toe hold from Ultimo Dragon.
And now look at this. Ultimo Dragon now trying to get the crowd on his side here.
Magistral cradle. Hooks the leg of River. Gets 3. That is it. Ultimo Dragon with the pinfall on Evan Rivers. The baby faces win here tonight.
There you go. Well, I'm shocked we don't have anybody complaining that there's like 5 roll-ups, all the same type of finish. Oh, my God. We had that on our AEW call. They were pissed off that 2 matches ended in the same finish, which was a surprise roll-up. I'm like, whatever. It's not that big of a deal, but okay.
I would rather have multiple matches end with the same finish as opposed to multiple matches have 25 false finishes.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick and choose here. There's that tope con hilo again from El Cucuy. You could see his back hit the edge of the rain apron there
Yeah,
before
dude.
he collapsed on the floor.
Yeah, that was
I'm
a
not sure
rough
if that
landing.
was a good thing or a bad thing at the end of the day, because again, being a bigger dude, got some padding, so I'm sure that didn't hurt as much and probably softened the blow of the concrete. But goddamn, that's the hardest part of the rain.
Yeah, it is.
Ultimo Dragon taking in the moment, waving to the fans here at the Palms Hotel and Casino. The Pearl
Very good
Theater.
match.
That's right. The Dragon Gate Pro Wrestling Revolution show on Friday. Ultimo Dragon will be part of that as well.
Oh, wow.
We will not be covering that because of SmackDown, Hall of Fame, all the other stuff we got going on Friday.
Yeah.
Can't do every show.
No.
We've got a pretty extensive team. We can do a lot of shows, but we can't do every show. So
No.
if you guys aren't into watching the Hall of Fame, maybe check that out since you guys have the Triller Plus.
This is true.
And some people enjoy Hall of Fame ceremony and watching people talk for 2.5 hours. Some people would rather watch action. So it's all up to what you're into.
This is true. I am not sure why the fans are clapping, but looks like they're excited for whoever's coming out. Oh shit! No wonder.
I see an Afro pick. I know who's coming out.
It's Rich
It's
Swann and
my
Willie Mack.
boy, Willie Mack and Rich Swann.
The all-night train has arrived in Las Vegas. How apropos. Damn, Rich Swann's still looking as ripped as ever.
It's taken me some getting used to Rich Swann since he cut the dreads off.
Yeah, I'm not a fan that he cut the dreads off. I thought that shit looked great, but maybe they.
But if you
I always
think about
heard.
if you think about it, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but there's a lot of black men with dreads in the business right now. You got Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Obafemi,
Swerve Strickland.
Exactly. So cutting the dreads kind of makes him stand out just a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that have just that short growth. I mean, Willie's got a little bit more than Rich, but not much there. But as long as they're a team, then it looks like they've got matching hairstyles at least. So,
Damn.
Willie Mack with his JCW knee pads, part of Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Well,
Chocolate Juggalo.
To be fair, it is championship now. It's
okay. I didn't know they changed it. I know it used to be championship.
I love how Rich Swann. Come on now, you don't have to hop when he does the splits. Come on now,
Little kid and play action, man. Don't you remember the original house party?
That's fair.
They're using Lionel Richie All Night Long as their theme song. That's what's
there
up.
You go. It is the all-night train. I told you. It's a great song, to be fair.
Okay, but see, I'm used to Willie Mack coming out to, I think it's Little Flip, Game Over. Game over. Flip, flip, flip.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's what I'm used to hearing Willie Mack come out to. But then again, it's been a minute.
The ref is dancing to the song. Oh no! Look at this. He's like, no. I gotta be professional. You gotta be professional. They gave him a little high five. Rich Swann's excited now. There you go. Oh my God, Rich! Come on. We know what you're insinuating, bud. We get it. We know. Actually, what is going on here?
This dude looking like a stripper, male stripper, but then again, this is Las Vegas, so.
Bro, does he have $100 yen? Oh, he's also got
Benkei and Hio.
Yeah, they got
It's a white tiger. They're doing a Siegfried and Roy type of shtick here.
Oh my god. What the
This woman just put a 20, and this other woman putting money in his tights. Look at that. Not only is he getting paid from the promoter, but he just got 20s shoved in his pants by the women in the crowd. Bro, when I grow up, I want to be like this dude. He didn't just get paid by the promoter. He just made like easy $60 from the women, maybe even more. I don't know if one of them put 100 in there or not. Okay, so the male stripper dude is Hio. The other one is Benkei because I saw the back of his tights there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god, I'm loving this dude right now. I am a Hio fan.
What the fuck?
And as far as we know, those women could have been planted,
there's no way.
Their girlfriends or whatever.
No, there's no way.
That way they get their money back.
No, there's no way.
He's hugging this fan.
Wait, did he just give him 20? You gave him another 20, and he gave him a hug. He just made $80.
I'm saying, look at that, man. Dude just came up.
Oh, he's getting more. He's like, yeah. Oh my god. He made another $1.
Shit.
Oh my god.
This is my favorite match of the night so far. The
it ain't even a match. It hasn't even started. He's getting more. He's not done. He's like, I'm gonna make as much. Get more.
God damn it.
That's how I could tell there was no way that was a plant. I saw so many people reaching for
Rich Swann's like, kick down some, give me some.
He's like, what about me?
Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, oh.
Rich Swann's like, what about me? Can I get some?
Holy shit. We still have a whole other team to still come to the ring, my guy. Nothing is going to top that.
This dude made $90 in a fucking span of 5 minutes just doing an entrance for a Dragon Gate Pro Wrestling show.
And think about it, dude. If he does that every night,
dude. Oh my god.
The Garbage Pail Kids, Alec Price and Jimmy Lloyd. So a little change here. Supposed to be Cole Radrick and Alec Price.
Well, there you go.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. The dude in the ECF&W or the GCF&W shirt kind of looks like Mikey O'Shea.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's not, but it kind of looks like him.
I'm so glad you mentioned him. I hope he gets on one of these shows one day.
He's wrestling in Vegas this week, just not anything that we're covering, not streaming.
I want him to get a fucking chance, man. Let him break out. He has more than earned his dues, dude.
Agree. Like I say, he's wrestling in Vegas. He's on a couple of different shows. I think he's working with a promotion called WGW, World's Greatest Wrestling.
There you go.
They've actually got a bunch of free shows that are going to be happening at a park in Vegas during all this week. So
there you go.
So again, man, people that are in Vegas and want to check out some independent wrestling, free shows in a public park. Go support.
Dude, I would love to do that. Are you kidding? I would love to call a commentary for one of those.
Unfortunately, they're not being streamed, though. I mean, they might get filmed and uploaded to a YouTube later, but they're not on anything like Triller or Title Match.
That's fair.
All right, now we're getting to the introductions. Rich Swann. It's my boy, Willie Mack. Agile as fuck for his size. Let's
Yeah, he
go.
is.
Back the Mack. The chocolate juggalo.
And here comes the richest dude in all of indie wrestling. Oh my god.
Dude,
Jesus.
look at the back muscles there. Dude's cut.
Yeah, he's not.
You're like Prince.
Yeah, dude, he's definitely not fucking around. Dude, this guy ain't either.
Ben K, his partner.
That's an interesting.
Jimmy Lloyd is the big dude here.
All right, so Jimmy Lloyd,
smaller guy.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody else I've got pegged as to who's who. It was just the new guy coming out. I wasn't sure who was who.
Be fair. Whew.
Dude's got some energy there. Alec Price looks like he's hopped up on something.
Yeah. So it's Cole. What's his face? Cole Radrick.
Jimmy Lloyd and Alec Price. Jimmy Lloyd is the bigger guy. Alec Price is in the green boxing trunks because Cole Radrick isn't there anymore.
There we go. I fixed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's with 2 L's, but if I'm wrong, oh well.
Good enough.
Good enough for government work.
And it looks like we got Hio and Alec Price starting things off here.
Yeah, what the F did I just see? A lot of people really, really liking that.
Collar elbow tie up. Alec Price with the dominant position here, going straight into the hammerlock.
Dude, this dude is
switched over the control.
Dude, this dude, Hio, is living the gimmick. He has not taken that fucking money out of his trunks, by the way.
Nope.
Why would he? Oh,
nice up and over from Price there after flopping around the ring. Swing through into an arm drag. Great athleticism there. Leapfrog over. Off the ropes. Drop down.
He got hops, by the way. Oh, my Lord. That
drop
was...
kick swatted. Sweep the leg from Hio. Rolled through off of a pinfall. Drop kick swatted again. Sweep the leg. Goes for the pinfall. Kick out before one. Double drop kick missed. Kip up from both men. And we have a stalemate.
Huh. Well,
wasn't expecting that in the early goings.
No, honestly, Hio just impressed the shit out of me. So
very reminiscent of RVD Jerry Lynn with the counter offense, standoff, stalemate. And it looks like we got Jimmy Lloyd and Rich Swann coming in now.
Jimmy Lloyd now coming in. Oh, now Rich Swann telling him, come on, get it on.
Down from Lloyd, leapfrog over Swann, nice roll through, jump over, drop kick swatted, arm drag to Lloyd. Shoulder tackle from Swann drops Lloyd, and now hitting the little hip motion. Up and over goes Swann, grabs Lloyd. Kip up, arm drag from Lloyd to Swann, ducks the clothesline, kick to the midsection, raised kick, neck breaker, drops Swann from Lloyd.
That's an old school running neck breaker he just pulled off there too.
Tag to his partner Alec Price. Garbage Pail Kids, double teaming Swann, Irish whip. Swann hooks the ropes, back elbows to both men. Swann off the rope, double kick to the midsection, double rising knee. Price shoots off with a crossbody. Lloyd comes over. Moonsault off the bottom rope. Gets the revelations. Doesn't go for the pin, though. And Swann rolls to the outside.
That was.
And here comes the big boy, Willie Mack. And we're going to have some big meaty men slapping me. Double clothesline, but Mack goes through both men. Double clothesline from Mack, drops both men. Mack wants some of Lloyd there, and here comes Ben K.
Looks like
the
we're
only
going to
other
be.
man who hasn't been in the match yet.
By the way, it looks like we are going through Lucha tag rules here in this triple threat tag match.
Ben K runs right into a shoulder from Willie, does not budge Willie. Willie goes off the rope, shoulder tackle, barely budges Ben K. Neither man giving up an inch here. Ben K goes for a shoulder tackle, rocks Willie a little bit, doesn't fall though. Willie goes, bumps off the rope, shoulder tackle, rocks Ben K a little bit. Ben K ducks the clothesline, shoulder tackle, takes Willie Mack down, and Willie Mack rolls to the outside. Here come the garbage pail kids. Double kick to Ben K, double team, Irish whip, sends K into the ropes, breaks through. Double spear, Ben K taking down both members of the garbage pail kids.
I now know what I'm going to call this stripper duo, and it's going to be called Magic in Japan. You know, off of Magic Mike, thank you.
Rich Swann and Willie Mack back in. Ben K elevates Hio, who takes down Willie Mack with a head scissors. Rich Swann going after Ben K. Up and over. Nice. Jesus, nice double team maneuver there, and both men flexing center of the ring as the garbage pail kids come in. Double team super kicks, rocking both members.
Everybody's showing great tag team synergy here. All Night Train doing good. Garbage pail kids doing good. And speaking of which, double dives taking out both respective teams. Price taking out Ben K and Hio, and Lloyd taking out Rich Swann and Willie Mack there. Yes. The Magic in Japan All Night Train, not exactly going according to plan here, but there we go. Now Rich Swann and Hio coming in here. He's mad that he's getting that money, and Rich Swann wants that money, and he's going to keep fighting for that money. Ooh, what the hell? Huh? What was that?
He grapevined his legs around the torso of Rich Swann and ended up turning it into a pinning combination. Price trying to climb to the top rope there. Hio cuts him off.
That was a great way to get into the double stomp too. Like I never seen that before. That was innovative.
Ben K and Hio double teaming Price, who's set up on the top rope there.
This is not going to end well for poor Alex Price. Oh, wait a minute. There's his partner.
We're going to get the Tower of Doom spot here.
Oh, no.
Lloyd and Mack have Ben K and Hio up on the shoulders. Price, blockbuster on both members. Rich Swann with a frog splash to Ben K, hooks the leg, gets a 2. Price picks Swann up.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. I'm not sure what to call that. Spinning back kick from Mack drops Lloyd. Price with a moonsault off the top rope.
Wow.
Elevated drop kick assisted by Mack, rocks Mack. And dude, Price is fired up here. Rich Swann comes in, trouble in paradise.
Dude, he got like 15 feet in the air off that elevation, by the way. Uh-oh.
Lloyd sent into his partner, but both Lloyd and Price able to get boots up on Swann.
What the hell are both guys planning here? Garbage pail kids with a double team top rope. Canadian Destroyer!
What the fuck?
What? Oh, shit! Alex Price with a taker dive!
Over.
Wow!
Hio with a drop kick to the back of Lloyd there. Breaks up the pin attempt onto Swann.
Dude, he freaking pulled off a taker dive right after.
Look at this again, the double team destroyer.
Dude, that was so sick.
Irish whip sends Hio into the corner. Hio with some somersault flips. Sent up and over from Lloyd. Cutter as he comes back in.
Turned that into a stunner over the shoulder, too. Oh, Alex Price coming in. Wow! What the fuck was that? Springboard out of the corner into a freaking blockbuster by Alex Price.
Ben K and Price in the ring now. Both men trading off forearm shots.
Wow.
Kick to the arm, slap, and another slap from Price.
A discus slap by Price. I never thought I'd ever say that.
Spear from Ben K.
Wow. Ben K just absolutely tore that kid a new sternum.
And just for reference, we're saying Ben K like the letter K, not Ben Gay like the cream.
Haha.
Irish whip reversal from Ben K to Willie Mack. Willie off the ropes. Nice jumping wizard kick there. Drops Ben K. Hayo with a drop kick to the back of Willie Mack.
You know how strong you have to be to drop kick Willie Mack down on his feet? There's a nice trouble in paradise again, or no. Actually, spinning heel kick by Willie Mack.
Handspring cutter there by Rich Swann. Willie Mack comes in.
And now it looks like we're going to go for a double team maneuver here with the all-night train. Going to try to put this one away here. Going to go for a variation of the up, up, down, down. Oh, jeez. Turns it into a rolling neck breaker. Uh-oh.
Willie Mack up and over. Suicide dive over the top rope. Takes out all the opposition. Rich Swann, 450. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Rich Swann and Willie Mack pick up the victory here over Hayo and Ben K.
There you go. Your boy won. And by the way, that was a Phoenix splash. 450. Well, it's okay. You're fine.
The camera angle, I just looked like I caught the 450 part, not the splash part too, the turn.
Yes. Wee. That was awesome. That was a great tag match, actually. Wow. That was a really good match. Everybody just impressed the shit out of me. So
I did not know what to expect from that match, all things considered, but that was fucking phenomenal. And Rich Swann bringing a fan into the ring here.
Oh my. Oh my. I mean, Rich Swann knows his ladies. I'll give him that. And look at that. Rich Swann knows his ladies too. Look at this. Oh shit. There he is, the chocolate juggalo, baby. And they're all dancing all night long.
Willie Mack twerking, booty bumping with this woman in the ring.
There you go.
Pack of smokes in her back pocket.
Of course. Oh my god. He fucking actually bumped her ass and made her go a quarter of the way through. This is awesome. I'm loving this. You know, with all the freaking worries that indie shows weren't going to sell out, I'm surprised that what's his face, the stripper dude, got as much money as he did.
Maybe it's people that won at the slot machine earlier in the day, so they had a little bit of extra fundage.
That's fair. Oh, wow. It looks like we might be on an intermission, which if I had known that, I would have waited for my drink. Although I did finish my drink, so there we go.
Nope.
I'm not going to repeat. Yes, please don't. No, Safet. That's bad, Safet.
Matt Seidel.
Yeah, holy shit. Oh, shit. It's mainly
Former Evan Bourne. Jesus, look at how gray he's gotten.
God damn, yeah, he has. When's the last time we saw him? It was an AEW show from way back, right?
At least 2 years ago, yeah. Him and Christopher Daniels were teaming in ROH for a minute as part of AEW. Occasional Rampage appearances, but yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Matt Seidel. Now, see, that's probably what Ultimo looks like under his mask. I'm just saying,
yeah,
look at Seidel's face there.
That is fair. I mean, him and Mike are famous for competing in Dragon Gate USA, actually. Both of the Seidel brothers made a name for themselves here.
See, I've never even heard of Mike Seidel.
Mike Seidel was in AEW for a short stint. Yeah, he was in AEW for a short stint. Him and Matt both were.
So Matt's another one that used to come to Gorilla before making it big as Evan Bourne.
Yeah.
Of course, you may remember Air Boom,
Yes.
Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. Seidel saying what these guys do in the ring is incredible. It's cool to bring Dragon Gate back to the U.S. Crowd chanting Dragon Gate. Talking about him and AJ Styles wrestling Dragon Kid in Ring of Honor like 20 years ago. Talking about himself, Jack Evans, Roderick Strong, Kevin Steen, El Generico, all going to Dragon Gate.
Huh.
Dragon Gate changed the world in one night with a 6-man tag on a WrestleMania weekend. Combination of the work in the ring and the fans that make it all happen. Seidel saying that these fans are crazy out here on a Wednesday night show because it's in our veins.
This is true. He's not wrong.
Talking about the second show now that's going to be at the Meet in Las Vegas. Friday night, 8 o'clock. Again, we won't be covering that because SmackDown will be ending. And God damn it, we need a little bit of a break before the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, true. Oh, no, aren't we? We are covering a different show, I think.
Yeah, we're doing Joey Janela Spring Break.
Yeah, ooh. You know...
But that's only going to overlap like the last hour of SmackDown, and it should be over before the Hall of Fame begins.
That's true. Yeah, that should be...
Because, you know, most of these shows are going just a little over 2 hours for GCW shows. Seidel said nobody in this ring does it for the money. They do it from the heart. So that's probably why Hayo had to take all those tips, because they don't do it for the money.
It's fair.
Seidel bowing to the crowd now.
I bet you he's got heat in the back. By the way, I bet you he's got heat in the back for having anybody tip him.
Seidel saying a round of beer for everybody on the host, the promoter. And here's everything else coming up as part of the collective. Tomorrow, Defy Wrestling, WrestleCon Mark Hitchcock Memorial Super Show, Bloodsport 13 in Progress Wrestling. Friday, Tokyo Joshi Pro, DDT Bro, Joey Janela's Spring Break, Heels Have Eyes for the Culture. Saturday, Effie's Big Gay Brunch 10, TJPW versus DDT versus GCW, and the Cluster F Forever.
So what did I just say about Progress coming back? GCW Collective just brought Progress back. There you go. I do want to see what the second Dragon Gate card does look like, because I'm actually kind of curious. Depends on what they do.
Well, like I said, we're not going to be able to call it, but we can always go back and watch it later.
This is true.
Like Monday before Raw or something,
Yeah, this is true.
And it is time for our main event. Trios grudge match.
Ooh, it's a grudge match. Okay. And here comes team number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who's who. I definitely know the guy in the mask. He kind of looks like Excalibur, but if he wore a bodysuit.
Excalibur did wear a bodysuit when he was wrestling, so
Yeah, but not like this. Like
no, true.
Like he basically wore a shirt
That's
and a
Shun
mask.
Skywalker in the bodysuit and the mask.
Oh, so he's a Jedi.
Since he's in all black, I'm thinking he's more of a Sith.
Well, I mean, he calls himself Skywalker. Maybe he's the Darth Vader of Dragon Gate Pro.
And Darth Vader was a Sith, so
Makes sense. And Darth Vader was a Skywalker.
Never said he wasn't, but
So that's the joke. That joke is he's a bad person.
He's a bad, bad man.
Bad man. Okay, I think I know who. Okay, so I think I know who. Actually, no, I don't, because it doesn't say. It doesn't say
I was
on there.
going to say, if you know, please let me know, because I don't know yet.
I don't either.
Until we get to the ring announcements, because they've been announcing everyone individually. So the only one I'm going to know in this match is Dragon Kid, and he ain't out there yet.
Yes.
There's Dragon Kid right there in the middle.
Oh my
The
god!
only masked man.
I mean, look at this, man. Dragon Kid definitely looks like he takes after Ultimo Dragon, man.
Right.
Oh my god, he's jacked now. Dragon Kid looking crazy. Look at that. Oh, somebody's got a championship, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Yamato is the one with the belt.
Yes.
Yokosuka is the other one on the team. The one with the purple.
So your guy, you'll remember who he is.
Shit.
Very nice. Dragon Kid looking like he hasn't lost a step since I last saw him. And Skywalker is not happy with Dragon Kid. He's very angry. He got all up in his face. I would scream, but because I don't want a noise complaint, I got to be soft spoken. So,
okay, the one with the blondish black hair is Ishin.
Ishin, got you.
Kota Minoura is the one in the short trunks and the all black hair.
Yes. Oh wait, I gotta wait until it's time.
And then Skywalker is the one with the mask, as I figured.
Okay.
Okay, there's Z-Brats. Z-Brats are going to be part of the Prestige show tomorrow.
Oh, Z-Brats. Got you. Susumu Yokosuka.
Again, he's got the purple.
The Dragon Kid. Yeah, man. Like, he's definitely doing Ultimo Dragon proud just by his taunt alone. Yamato, he is the current.
Open
What did
the
they say?
green keen, I think they said.
Well, there you go. Whatever that means. That's a
Right?
big ass belt, though. I'll give
It's a
him
nice
that. It's a very nice belt, very old school looking. And now we are about to have our main event, so I will say this as soft spoken as humanly possible. Oh, did they ring the bell yet?
Nope.
Oh,
Shun Skywalker going out to the crowd there. Not sure why, but
what did he just do? He just
messed
grabbed
with his hand.
I guess so. Okay. Are we gonna hit the bell any time, guys?
I think he's
Okay.
trying to get the rain clear.
All right, here we go.
There's the bell.
Bell sounds, and here we go.
God damn, that was whack, James.
I have to be soft spoken.
I know. So Yokosuka in there against Minoura to start things off.
Now here we go. Ooh, looks like we're gonna have
for position at the outset. Hammerlock from Minoura.
yes, very
Oh, no,
nice.
excuse me, wrong one.
Oh, well. Oh Jesus, owie. So who is
Yokosuka rolls through, gets
Yes.
control on Minoura there.
God damn, that hurts.
Nice hammerlock from Yokosuka to Minoura. Side headlock, roll through. Headlock takedown from Minoura. Yokosuka uses his legs. Both men get to a vertical base here. Nice stalemate.
Very technical so far here.
Kick to the midsection from Minoura. Grabs the head and just jockeys him down to the mat. Minoura picking his nose and flinging it on the crowd there. Dastardly heel tactics. And here comes Dragon Kid.
First time we see Dragon Kid in action here tonight.
Shun Skywalker in to take on Dragon Kid. Both masked individuals in the ring right now.
Wanting Shun chance and the crowd not giving him any.
I would probably chant Skywalker if
I
he
mean,
wasn't in there with Dragon Kid.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm enough of a Star Wars geek that I'd be down because his name is Skywalker.
Well, he just raked his
Skywalker,
eyes.
yeah, just grabbing the eyes and face of Kid there, getting the early advantage.
He's definitely an eccentric individual, to be honest. There's really no other way to say it. This Skywalker is kind of wild and
Dragon Kid off the ropes, nice wheelbarrow into an arm drag from Dragon Kid.
there you go.
That's the clothesline of Skywalker. Nice vertical
Jesus.
suplex from Skywalker to Dragon Kid there.
That was very good by Skywalker. There you go. He's showing a little bit here.
I do like Skywalker's mask with the Dragon Gate Rebirth logo on the back. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Skywalker backing into his own corner now. Ishin tagging in.
Uh-oh, here we
Here
go.
comes Yamato on the babyface side of things.
See the baby face? Oh yeah, Yamato.
Yeah, because he's with Dragon Kid.
Yeah, Ishin is a bad guy.
Ishin is the heel. Yeah, he's got the long tights on.
He wants a
Yamato is
handshake.
the champion.
He wants a handshake, and if the baby
Yeah, I
face
wouldn't
falls
trust
for it, oh, he's
Raising the referee's
hand.
arm.
There we go, and now
Arm
he's
behind his back. Gentleman's handshake.
Yeah, okay. If you fall for this, you're derpy. Don't do it.
I'm gonna say, and he's the champion too. So what kind of thing are you setting as champion if you don't try to take the hand? But
No,
what
damn.
kind of idiot are you proven to be by taking the hand? And there we go.
Yeah.
Yamato had him
Oh.
scouted, though. Ishin went for a kick to the midsection. Ishin now grabs the eyes and rakes him. Side headlock by Ishin. Making their way to
Mind
the rope.
games.
Goes for the shoot off, but Ishin with a handful of Yamato's hair. Going right back to the side headlock. Bounce off the rope again. Sends Ishin to the ropes. Shoulder tackle sends Yamato on the ropes. Shoulder tackle sends Ishin. Shoulder tackle sends Yamato. Both men just tackling each other back and forth
Jesus.
into the ropes. And finally, Yamato drops Ishin.
Well then. It's pretty
back
basic.
and forth there.
It's very basic, but very effective.
Nice vertical suplex from Ishin to Yamato.
Uh-oh. Heels being heels. No.
He said heels being heels.
That's what they're doing. They're being
Ishin
heels.
versus Yamato still in the ring. Ishin kicking Yamato, sending him outside.
We got Skywalker and Dragon Kid
Dragon
going on
Kid.
on the outside.
Yep.
And then we got oh wow, they're all just going to the outside. I guess wait, if this is just is this no DQ?
No, but it's the main event, so I guess the referee's going to be a little bit more liberal here.
I guess so.
We got
Skywalker
dual
is getting-
cameras going on here. Ishin and Yamato are the legal men, so I'm going to focus on that if you want to focus on Dragon Kid and Skywalker.
Well, Dragon Kid
Ishin
and
with a nice eye rake, bending the
Ooh.
head and neck back of Yamato.
I think Skywalker just hit a super kick on Dragon Kid, and now we actually have we got the other two going at it here. The purple dude and tank top dude.
Yokosuka is the purple dude, and Minoura is the tank top dude.
Yeah, Minoura and Yokosuka going to the top here. Definitely taking a page out of the GCW playbook.
Ishin with a nice boot to the face of Yamato. They're still at the ringside area.
And somebody just got a big ass hug. Fan at ringside.
Ishin and Yamato fighting up to the staging area here.
What is going on?
Oh my God,
here?
Ishin looks like he's going for a vertical suplex to Yamato, wants to drop him to the concrete below.
That would be a rough landing for both guys. I don't think that would have been smart at all.
Nope. Now we're back to full screen on the main action here. Foot to the throat of Yamato by Ishin. Referee running up there, reprimanding Ishin, trying to get the action back in the ring, but to no avail thus far.
Yeah, the legal
Referee
men
going back to the ring.
Legal
Ishin
men
and Yamato are the legal men.
Yes, and we'll say this much. I mean, the illegal men, they can fight anywhere they want because they are not legal in the match because they've been tagged out. So that's fair. That's fair game. But the legal men are the ones that are going to be reprimanded the most here. But
That's
Jesus Christ.
Ishin sent Yamato headfirst into the ring post, then a headbutt to Dragon Kid, kick to the midsection of Dragon Kid. Skywalker attacking Yamato, sending him back down to the concrete.
What is with the Skywalker, bro? Like I'm gonna be honest, he is.
I don't know, but look at this fan jumping up and down at ringside too. She seems to be all into the heel tactics. Dragon Kid with a punch to the midsection of Skywalker, trying to get some distance here. Skywalker double chops Dragon Kid, sends him into the heel corner.
This is the most like Great Khali luchador I've ever seen. Like, look at this dude.
Hey, he moves better than Khali does. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, but look at the
Ishin and Skywalker double teaming Dragon Kid, both of them putting boots, while Minoura even pulls back on the mask, triple teaming. Minoura coming in now with Dragon Kid.
Shun Skywalker is definitely something.
Snap mirror from Minoura to Dragon Kid. Now takes his tank top off and is choking Dragon Kid with it.
Oh no!
Tied up with the baby faces. Here comes Ishin.
And the heels be healing.
Gets a 2 count. Now Minoura getting up in the referee's face. He thought that was a 3. Ishin and Skywalker playing up heelish tactics to the crowds while Minoura just kicks Dragon Kid. And another paintbrushing boot to the side of the face of Dragon Kid, tagged to Ishin. Ishin and Dragon Kid in the ring now. Ishin has Dragon Kid draped over the middle rope. Nice leg thigh over the back of the neck of Dragon Kid while his throat's on the middle rope there.
Ishin is big mad.
Yep.
Look at him, man.
Referee counting Ishin, counting along with the referee because Ishin does have till 5 and he's taking the most out of every count.
Byron Cutter, there is no titles on the line, I don't think, on this show.
No.
It is a relaunch of Dragon Gate Pro Wrestling. So there is that.
Ishin and Dragon Kid center of the ring. Dragon Kid trying to throw some forearms on Ishin, barely phasing him.
Yeah, no shit.
Ishin's definitely got the size advantage. Kick to the midsection, spiking DDT to Dragon Kid. Sent him vertical, and the heels come in now.
Yeah, they're blocking, playing defense.
Yep. Ishin gets a 2 count on Dragon Kid. Very smart maneuvering by the heels, coming in to try to cut the baby faces off for the save. Intimidation, and now triple team there. Skywalker and Minoura stomping away on Dragon Kid. Ishin still the legal man.
Why
needs to do something to get this back in order.
Why does Skywalker look like he's walking on like 2 left feet? Everything he does.
I don't know. Double team Irish whip. Here comes Ishin. Back elbow to Dragon Kid. Hip check from Minoura. Double chop from Skywalker. Minoura with an elbow strike to the chest of Dragon Kid. Hooks the leg. Gets a 2 count.
Oh, there you go. Skywalker is just taunting the baby faces here. You know, we got Minoura in the ring just taunting Dragon Kid here.
Dragon Kid tried to chop Minoura, and Minoura's making his chest pop there. The peck pop of love, as The Rock called it in Journey to the Mysterious Island. Look at him there.
He's definitely doing that.
And then I'm going right out the mask of Dragon Kid.
Just raking the eyes on top of that.
Irish whip sends Kid in the corner, gets the boot up. Nice head scissors takedown, sends Minoura to the mat. Dragon Kid desperate for a tag here. Gets the tag into Yokosuka.
No, the heels. They be healing again. No, they stopped the hot tag dead in its tracks.
Ishin and Skywalker in there double teaming on Yokosuka. Sends Yokosuka into the opposite corner. Skywalker goes in, sent up and over to the floor. Clothesline from Yokosuka, drops Minoura. Kick to the midsection, turns Ishin inside out. Here comes Dragon Kid illegally. 619 to Skywalker there.
Yeah, right to the back of Skywalker. Into a nice
springboard moonsault off the middle rope.
Asai's proud. And that would be the Ultimo Dragon, because he is Asai.
Yokosuka is setting Ishin up here.
It looks like a powerbomb maneuver of sorts, maybe a pile driver.
He needs to stop taunting to the crowd. The heels have dominated the entire show, Yokosuka. Here we go. Ishin back's body drops him. Yamato comes in with a pump kick to Ishin.
See, you got what you deserved here.
Yeah, that was babyface being stupid babyface. Yamato trying to suplex Ishin, but Ishin blocking.
Yeah, I mean, at least he didn't waste as much time as the other one. Oh.
Got a little bit more that time, but Ishin still countering.
Yeah, kicking
Yamato still trying to call it. Ishin goes for the suplex. Up and over goes Yamato. Lands on his feet. Forearm smash from Yamato. Can he get one more time this time?
He's going to try one more time. Oh.
Ishin going for his own now. Yamato counters. Can't get him. Ishin going for it. Gets it onto Yamato. Vertical suplex. Hooks the leg. Ishin with a lateral press, but Dragon Kid comes in and breaks it up. Minoura comes in, attacks Dragon Kid. Dragon Kid goes for the spin kick, but Minoura evades it.
Yeah, tried to go for that Ultimo Dragon spin kick. Oh, octopus stretch.
Got it locked in. Can he get Minoura to submit here?
Could be it here. Might be our first submission victory.
Skywalker in, breaks the submission up.
Yeah, with a pump
Yokosuka
kick.
comes in. Some headbutts to the head of Skywalker.
Skywalker definitely feeling the effects of those headbutts, but it goes and attacks the other illegal men of the babyface team here. And now it's back down to the two masked luchadors here, Skywalker and Dragon Kid.
But I believe Yokosuka is the legal man, not Dragon Kid.
I think they're all operating under lucha rules, if I'm not mistaken. Any tag match has been, to be fair.
Fair enough.
But if
I'm not familiar with all the lucha rules, so.
Yeah.
Dragon Kid looks like he's getting ping-ponged here now between Ishin and Skywalker.
This is
disrespectful.
This is very bad. This is very disrespectful. The heels once again be healing. This is madness. How dare you?
Dragon Kid backed into the corner now. Ishin just kind of slowly sauntering in. Definitely feels like he's in control here.
Now gonna go for
no Irish whip sends Kid into the opposite corner. Ishin goes to charge in, follows it up with the clothesline.
Jesus.
Sends Dragon Kid into a boot by Skywalker.
Yeah, that was a brutal boot too. And now
Standing
into a
frog splash, gets the pinfall here. Referee counts 2 on Dragon Kid.
Not
enough body on body there.
No, not enough for a 3 count for sure.
Skywalker with a pump kick to Dragon Kid. Ishin just kind of taunting Dragon Kid's team members, ready to block at any moment.
Oh,
Skywalker has Dragon Kid set up for something devastating here.
Yeah, trying to put him up at the top rope here. This is a very scary place to be, and look at that. And now it looks like we got the looks like we got Yokosuka now helping out the Dragon
has
Kid.
Skywalker on his shoulders.
What the hell?
The top rope. I think he's going to pop up a Hurricane Rana.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Jesus Christ. Ow.
Hooks the leg of Skywalker, gets 2, and Minoura breaks up the pinfall attempt. Minoura with some ground and pound here to Dragon Kid.
You know, Minoura just absolutely with the ground and pound. Probably the smartest thing you could do right now.
Absolutely.
Try to halt that momentum off in a heartbeat. Oh.
Nice running kick from Yamato. Drops Minoura. Yokosuka back in now.
Yeah, the champion absolutely showing why he is a champion here. Knife edge chop to follow up.
Babyface is now double teaming Minoura. Nice jumping enziguri from Yamato.
Yeah, very Antonio Inoki-esque with a lariat to follow up by his partner.
Ishin in, breaks up the pinfall attempt. Yamato kicks Ishin out of the ring.
And now it looks like he's going to try to go for, saving grace into a tombstone, possibly. Got countered.
Yamato sent up and over. Bicycle kick from Skywalker sends Yamato to the floor. Dragon Kid off the rope.
Ooh.
Into a stunner.
Stun Dog Millionaire by the Dragon Kid. Solvat right to the gut.
Nice rising knee strike from Minoura to Dragon Kid. Minoura ducks the clothesline from Yokosuka. Exploder suplex. Here comes Ishin.
Oh, Ishin's not going down easy, though. Counters that into a stalling suplex.
Yamato with a pump kick to Ishin.
Uh-oh. He's going to try it again.
Brain
he got up.
Ishin, nice German suplex to Yamato. Short arm clothesline drops Ishin.
And
all 6 men are down. Looks like a freaking collision here on the 15 freeway.
Everybody down. Dragon Gate chants reign here by the GCW Collective here in Vegas.
Ishin and Yamato center the ring there. Both men chopping each other.
Nice knife edge chops by both men here. Showing that Japanese fighting spirit.
Strong style.
Strong style at its finest for sure.
Dragon Kid slapping the mat, trying to get Yamato into it. Both men again trading chops, center of the ring.
Jesus, they're turning beet red here. Nice discus elbow. Oh my!
I was just about to point out Yamato's chest. Nice pump kick, double chop from Ishin. Jumping in Siguri misses. Ishin catches the waist, standing switch from Yamato. Ishin backs him into the corner, Irish whip into the other corner, boot up from Yamato. Here comes Dragon Kid. Nice tilt-a-whirl DDT.
Got all of it.
Yokosuka in now. Clothesline.
Jesus. Yeah, almost like a bionic forearm there. Shades of Lex Luger. And now look at this double team maneuver. Ooh!
Double team, hook of the leg. And Yamato gets the pinfall onto Ishin.
Yes, that
Yamato,
was a double.
Yokosuka, and Dragon Kid are your victors.
Yeah, and that was a great maneuver there by Yamato and Yokosuka. They actually did a double team saving grace to pick up the win there. Woo! That was good. Good little sequence towards the end. Shun Skywalker, though. I don't know about him. The rest of them were good.
Like the name, like the mask, not sure about the personality.
Yeah, a little bit.
And Skywalker has the referee goozled here.
Uh-oh. Skywalker, big mad, big angry. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Dragon Kid comes in, saves the official. Yokosuka and Dragon Kid now double teaming Skywalker, throwing him to the outside, saving the ref here.
Well, there you go.
Referee raising the hands of the victors.
And now Skywalker getting booed out of the building for that poor sportsmanship.
And Yamato with the microphone.
Gotta love it. There we go. We're going to finally hear from the winning team here looks like to close off the show.
Yeah. This went about the same time as the other show here. That one went about 2 hours and 5 minutes. This one going about 2 hours and 10, maybe 2:15 by the time they're done talking and everything.
Which means we will have covered over 6.5 hours of wrestling when it's all said and done. Don't say we never do anything for you, folks.
Right?
Tonight,
Dragon Gate.
Dragon Gate. Have made new history here in the USA.
Yeah. Now he's speaking Japanese. I can't understand him.
Sorry. Need a translator. Sorry, folks.
Right?
We tried.
All good, though. All good.
Everybody
Oh,
immediately.
wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
All Night Long is playing.
Yay!
Rich Swann coming back out.
Yay! All night long.
All night.
Oh, he's actually
Swann knows Japanese. He's speaking to him in his native tongue.
Oh, wow.
Swann saying if it wasn't for guys like Yokosuka, Yamato, and Dragon Kid, he would not be the wrestler that he is today. Says it's been 10 years since he was in the ring with any of them.
Wow.
The Dreamgate champion.
Oh, I guess that is Dragon Gate's championship.
Apparently, Rich Swann is fighting Yamato on Friday for that championship.
Hmm.
I love it. Rich Swann standing there nodding like he understands what he says because he does, and none of us know what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah, exactly, Mike. Yeah, I'm like, good for him.
It's like being lost on an inside joke, you know?
Strong style, indeed. Well, with the, I don't know about Shun Skywalker. He was more the king of sloth style tonight. What? Did I say that out loud?
All night long. Rich Swann extending his hand. Yamato is shaking it.
There we go.
A raise of the arm for now. But we'll see if that showmanship is still there come Friday.
There you go. Very good show. Very good. Very good. And looks like we're going to have the babyface raise each other's hands to end the night.
Yep, and we go to black.
There we go, folks.
Very fun show. Again, if all the GCW shows stick to this format, 2 hours, 2:15, somewhere in that range, we should be good.
Yes. Very good. Very good
Because
show.
that means that the Joey Janela spring break should be over by 9:30, 12:30, which is still in time for us to come for the Hall of Fame ceremony. So,
and that
the overlap there.
And that will make us all good for tomorrow night. That is the first of 3 shows for tonight. Tomorrow we will be having a Trimulcast tomorrow, folks.
Yep, you can see there on the schedule we have Prestige Wrestling, Nothing to Lose, TNA Unbreakable and the Countdown to Unbreakable, and GCW Bloodsport 13. Bloodsport 13 will be on Triller, part of the Triller Plus package. Unbreakable is on TNA Plus, or you can buy it for $9.99 on Triller. Prestige Nothing to Lose is for free on the Prestige Wrestling YouTube channel.
There you go.
So any of you guys that want to join us and watch along any of those, as we call it, that is how you can find those things. Before we get to our shills and get out of here for the night, I am going to run our watch-along trailer, Uno Mas. We will be right back in about a minute and a half.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it. And so much more here, a part of the Simply Reliable Studios.
This is true. This is true, folks. And to catch all that, where can they find us, JJ?
Well, you can find Walter on Rage of Wrestling for YouTube, walter.cruz.940 on Insta, Walter Alex Cruz on X. You can also find him at Walter Alex Cruz on Blue Sky and SRS 1983 on Twitch. You can find our good friend Ash at Batty for Wrestling on YouTube and on X, Shadow Bat Ash.
Mm-hmm.
You can find our good buddy Noah Foster on YouTube, Insta, and X at nfoster1916 or on Facebook at Noah Foster.
Yes. Oh, what the
That's
heck?
glory is all get out. Okay, that's what happened there.
Well,
You can still read it. You can find Jeff on Facebook, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Jeff Meacham, and on Instagram, and I believe X at _Jeff Meacham.
yes.
James.
Hi. You guys can find me on the YouTube, Instagram, and X at JHeberSide95 and on Facebook at JCMattHeber. I'm really cool and dumb things on the internets.
And then you can find me on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, on YouTube, Casa D18 Studios, on X, ROWJJ Williams, and Casa D18 Studio.
Yes.
Casa D18 Studio is the X page where I do the space broadcasts. You can find us at all those places. And again, this is everything that we still have coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
So screenshot that and make sure you check out all the wrestling that we're going to be doing here across the Simply Reliable Studios.
Yes. And of course, Sufat with the old reliable.
That's why I didn't bring those up.
Hey, I love how I get no love for Natalia. Really? Come on now.
Probably because he doesn't know who it is. I don't know if he watches NWA to know who Natalia Markova is.
That's fair. That's fair.
At least the others are people within WWE and NXT. So
That is fair.
again, follow us. Stay tuned. We got so much more in store here this week on the Simply Reliable Studios. For the Heebman James Hebert, I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Thank you all for tuning in. We will catch y'all next time.
Goodbye, everybody.